What's this? We have a letter. The letter says, Commander, there's a rapidly developing situation at Lornar's Pass. Apparently Scarlet Briar is deploying a massive construct based on the Watch Knights as some kind of sadistic field test. Priory is calling for immediate support, and a number of adventurers are already in the area battling Scarlet's armies. Mysterious probes have started appearing all over the region. Could use your help. After reading reports from Kessex Hills, I have to think this is the tip of darker schemes. Stay on your toes. I don't have much here, do I? I can't. What? Go away. Yeah, Lornar's Pass, by the way. Well, there's a very good chance we will not do the marionette fight. I have never done the marionette fight. I've joined it, but you need people for that. They want you to have 10 people in each lane. There are 5 lanes. We'll see. That's really what this boils down to, is we'll see. Is that up right now? No. Okay. Yeah, this zone sucks, by the way. It's probably, I'd say, my 4th least favorite zone in vanilla. It's Lornar's Pass. Getting around here without a mount sucks. Getting around here with a mount sucks. Like, some zones kind of accidentally their way into being good for one mount or another. I mean, if there's a story version of it, which I actually don't know about, you're more than welcome to join, Evan. I don't know. We're kind of playing this by ear. Season 1 is so recent, and I know so little about it, that I'm just kind of... I'm guessing, right? God, there are 17 waypoints in this stupid zone. I mean, it's a good thing, but just... Ugh. Says a lot about how spread out it is. This is one of your primary leveling zones, too, for both Char and Norn. Yeah, I want to get that waypoint really quick before I double back. Just gonna scooch up here. There we go. Well, this mission's called the Twisted Marionette, so I guess we'll find out what happens. Hello. I was wondering when she'd show up. I didn't think she showed up in Season 1. So, first character we met was Rox. Immediately after that, I do mean immediately after that, was Bram. After a few more quests, we met Marjorie, and then Casimir. That over there is Taimi. Now, Taimi is an Ashura, and as you can see, she is a very small Ashura. That's why she's on her golem. Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons she's on her golem. When I say tiny, I mean... Honestly, I'm not sure she goes up past my shin. And I'm a Sylvari, I'm not exactly big. Your rest to come too? I don't like rumors of Scarlet, not so close to home. Heard something about a weapons test, but I don't know how accurate that is. Nut has the city on guard. Hello, Tiny. This is definitely Scarlet's work. I'd lay my reputation on it. Oh, we are close. She can't be far away. Do you think we'd like to meet her? Maybe we meet her. I'd like that, wouldn't you? I would, for different reason. What are you doing here? Same as you, I imagine. Looking for Scarlet. She's amazing. I've seen some of her mechamagical creations, and the way she overcomes joint friction. What? You know she's a terrorist, right? I never said she was a good person, but that doesn't make her any less of an engineer. I could learn so much from her. Hey, do you think they'd let her teach me from jail? Is that ethical? What do you think she's up to? Well, she's testing her ether cannon, obviously. She summoned her peripheral units to come sacrifice their energy cells to her weapon. If she manages to power it up, she'll kill us all. Okay, why do you think she's calling in additional troops? To defend those energy fields until her watchwork minions can reach them and power up the weapon. She's a genius. Uh-huh. You should probably get out of here. So there's the Twisted Marionette. I don't know where she got the metal for that thing.
Calibrated to teleport living matter. It's safe. Really? Go!
Get into high gear. Through that energy field. Forward, double time.
Look who we just met, Giga.
You don't have much dignity, do you? It's okay. Your humiliation will end soon.
Yeah, she's really small here. Barely comes up to my shin, as I just mentioned. So apparently this is the marionette fight. I'm sorry, Evan. If I realized it was, I would have invited you already. It's okay, I'll probably die anyways. And you'll have a chance to show me up. Honestly, I did too, Giga. Hey, Colgrim. Gotta admit, if there's one thing Guild Wars 2 has always been big on, it's spectacle. I'll give them that. Even when it's a bit too big for their britches. I believe the quote is, I want her to step on me. Well, good news.
That's one puppet chain on hooks. Kabam! Keep the enemy back.
I love how you think you're so clever.
I do like the lack of sponge. I also like how it moves a bit differently as you knock out more and more of its chains. Literally changes its attack patterns, too. Does these line attacks since it's only got one of its legs. I wish I could see the thing more, but whatever. What are you gonna do when you have a skyscraper-tall mecha attacking you? I guess a robot. Are you guys gonna... Oh, I got Inspire. I forgot about that.
West.
2 chains down. Only a few left. Keep our enemy off kilter.
I mean, it would make sense, Giga. There's literally 5 platforms. Yeah, it's almost a shame they never really reused these. I get why. It was kind of Scarlet's thing. And we have other types of things to deal with in the future. Probably Giga. I'd be shocked if they didn't reuse the skeleton of it. The rigging.
annoyances what we can do. Keep them back.
And I can't have nice toys.
Like I said, I've never actually done the real version of this fight. And I probably never will. It really does require 50 people. Season 1. We're actually pretty close to the end of Season 1 right now. Yeah, if you want to join us for the Battle for Lion's Arch, you're more than welcome. I'm guessing it has a story version?
Four chains have been cut. Fight, fight, fight!
You're so cute when you're on the offensive.
Hey, Mr. Red. Welcome to the marionette fight. By the way, I just noticed Timey is specifically the one who helps us for this. That's actually rather amusing. Especially considering this was designed pretty far in. So it's kind of a retroactive, this is an introduction to Timey kind of a thing. Ram, could you suck slightly less, please? He's the last one, too.
We are super adventurers! Disengage combat mode.
You never fail to surprise me.
That was fun. I actually thought we might not win against that thing.
I'm starting to think Scarlet doesn't care whether she wins or loses against us.
What does that mean?
She doesn't fight like she wants to win. She sacrifices her weapons to take some of us out. It's like she's culling the herd.
Our herd.
Yeah, Tyria's defenders.
What do you think about those devices she's left around?
We don't know that Scarlet dropped those off, do we?
Who else? I keep waiting for one of them to explode.
Or spout toxins like the Tower of Nightmares.
You can stop worrying. They're not offensive. They're probes. She's looking for something.
Or open up and spew dredge into the surrounding area?
Whatever they are, I'm convinced they're dangerous.
Nobody ever listens to me.
Did you hear about the worms acting up in Bloodtide Coast?
Someone was saying something about that. You gonna go check it out?
Nah. I'm so tired, my pillow's already snoring.
Mine too.
Soon as we're done here, Bram and I are heading back to Lion's Arch.
Yeah, I'm starving.
We'll meet you there. Casimir, you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Let's go talk to this new person over here.
You're a child.
You're a super genius.
What are you doing out here? Who are you with?
I'm not supposed to talk to nosy strangers.
Where are your parents?
Dead.
Okay. Well, you're obviously a long way from home. You come with me.
By whose authority are you ordering me around?
By the authority vested in me by Queen Jenna of Divinity's Reach. Now come with me.
I'm not going with you until I know where you're taking me.
To Lion's Arch, then to Radasum. You've got no business out here on the battlefield.
Are you paying the waypoint fees?
Yes. Now come on.
You seem like a pleasant enough travel companion. Come on, Scruffy. This nice human is taking us home.
I mean, you can tell he's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I gotta do something. I can't just leave her here, right? What the hell? Okay. Let me think about this for a second. I actually liked that fight. I think that's the first good boss. Total. Like, it's so far, right? So let's see. Hey, Judo Joker. Well, bug Giga for an invite, because she's the one who's got the group. She's on hernia right now.
Prepare yourselves for round one.
Oh, I actually want to do this.
And go!
So I'm going to do this really quick. Don't worry, this will literally take minutes. Usually I don't get very much credit for this because people do it so quickly, I barely catch up to the line of people doing it. And I want my 300 Wizard Vault points, so... Oh jeez, am I already too slow? No, okay. Wrong way. This way, go! Oh my god, why is everything so slow? Why is everything so slow? Go! I hate this freaking zone. Oh my god, that's even worse. That's even worse. Go! Go! I'm too slow. I'm too late. Ah!
Destroy all holograms.
Yeah, I think I'm literally too slow. I think I literally failed it. Failed it. No! 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 God damn it! And this is why dragon flying is better. Yep, I failed. I failed. I couldn't reach it in time. I couldn't reach it in time. Oh my god! Okay, I need to at least participate to get credit. Shoot it. I didn't hit anything. I didn't hit anything! I didn't hit anything! Okay, there. I've tapped something. I have successfully hit something. Oh my god! No, you don't understand, Giga. I've had several rounds where I never got credit on anything because I could never catch up. I could never get to a thing in time. And it was always in Lorner's Pass. The other 3 zones aren't nearly as bad about this. But this zone can suck a lemon. God, I hate this zone. I mean this. This is the 4th worst zone in the game. The only thing worse than this is ore. Yeah. Go. Jesus! In vanilla. Sorry, Colgrim. In vanilla. The ones I've reviewed. The ones I spent my lunch break reviewing. Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! I missed it. I missed it! Jesus Christ! I missed it!
Fight.
Do you see what I mean? I'm having to book it to get to any of these in time. Because they melt! Okay. So credit for 2 is hopefully going to be enough to qualify as having done the event this time. I like whatever. No! No! A door! My one weakness. Oh god, there's nothing here. I was going towards the wrong thing. No! Oh, no, we're good, we're good. Hopefully these count for killing holograms, too, because I need to kill a bunch of holograms. Also, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Dead. I'm turbo dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. You mind the knockdowns?
What an excellent display of combat. Happy dragon bashing, everyone.
Okay, I think I got credit for that. Hang on. No, not the daily. Oh, jeez. So I did get some hologram on that, it looks like. And by hologram, I mean that one. Sorry, that's the one I got. And herder, yep. I'll need to do 3 more of these. Okay. Sorry for that delay. I told you to be quick. Priory scholars have informed me of your triumph over the marionette that appeared near the monastery. The Dermond Priory owes a debt once again, Commander. Without your help, Scarlet Briar's monstrosity seemed impossible to confront. Now it's beaten, and badly so. Should it return, we have the means and knowledge to put a permanent end to it. More importantly, we've pieced together data recovered from the mechanical means and made a remarkable discovery. The location of a concealed lair hidden in the caves beneath the Priory itself. A Priory... A Priory Dangerous Artifacts Investigation and Containment Team, there's a sentence, is being assembled as you read this, but in light of your contributions, I've attached coordinates to the lair entrance. Alright, I mean, it's called a hidden lair. I guess I could go there. Here, I suppose. What's 6 do? Ah, got it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, I did screw up constantly and everything, which I take no blame for whatsoever. Practicing on being a politician. How am I doing? Limey? Okay, okay. I can't do it. Whoop. Excuse me, Cave Troll. I need to kill you really quick. Thank you. I was just here. Oh, right. I'm stupid. Filling in timesheets, Judo Joker. So here's Scarlet's lair. Let's go ahead and read these in order, shall we? First journal. I wake from nightmares, screaming, confused, and afraid. It's getting worse. I've decided to talk to a mender. Probably just been working too hard. Second fragment. Every night the same terrors. It never changes. The mender was unable to help me. I feel like I'm losing control of myself. When the nightmare starts and entity calls to me, I run into a sea of darkness. But no matter how hard I try to escape, it keeps calling me. Try not to sleep. Too scared to even close my eyes. So scared. Whispers come from the forest all night long, calling me, taunting me, possessing me. Tonight I saw it. I stared into the abyss, and it stared back at me. So much power. I don't know what's real and what isn't anymore. Control of my world, of myself, is slipping through my hands, and yet I'm no longer scared. It communicated with me through images of death, destruction, and destiny. I must know more. I must confront it. Put an end to this madness. Oh, mad.
What? What is this?
Something very important. In case you can't quite tell because of the issues with the graphics, each of those is a nexus point of something. And all of them put together form lines across the world. Like that right there. Or over there. All of them combine around Lion's Arch. So Marjorie says, meet us at Lion's Arch, which is going to mean... Oh, really? I'm going to go get Darn anyways. Then we'll see where it wants me to go. No, it really does. Okay. And actual Lion's Arch it is, as opposed to old Lion's Arch. It's okay, it's not like you have to sit there and watch them compile, right, Judo? Right, Judo Joker? Also, thank you for finding the thing, Giga. Right now, the average price is 1,500 to 1,700 gold. Well, this probably isn't an actual thing, so we'll just go without Giga. If I were to dump my own money into finishing up in Legendary at this point, it depends on how much other work I've already gotten done for it.
So many. Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
So, would you like to learn more about Scarlet Briar? Don't we already know all this? Is this literally just a catch you up thing? It is. It literally is just a catch you up thing. They think she's trying to rule the world, though.
Report. Where's my Tequatl tail?
Back where I'm bunking, sir. I'll go get it immediately.
Wait, you took down Tequatl?
As reported, sir. I sent you a missive requesting an audience.
Yeah, been busy. But I'm here now.
Should I go get the tail and bring it to you, Tribune?
No, I don't need a slab of decaying meat.
But I've been hauling it around for weeks.
Ooh, I bet that smell sticks to your gear.
It does.
I've been hearing about this Scarlet Sylvari. You know anything about her?
She's building an army, sir. She's the one behind the Molten Alliance.
So I heard. I want you to take her down. Permanently. Whatever the cost. You do that, Rox, and you're in the warband.
What?
I need to repeat myself.
No, Tribune. Consider her dead.
Report to me when it's done. And, Rox, be careful.
Will do, sir.
Perfect way to do this quest. Drunk! You fought Tequatl by yourself? Oh, Cinders! No, there was a small army there. I just nabbed a piece of its tail.
Listen, you won't believe what Ritlock just said. If I kill Scarlet, I'm in the warband. Definitely.
Oh, I see.
What's the matter? I thought you'd be happy for me.
I just don't understand why you need some warband you don't even know. I mean, you got me, and we've got a team of our own. Look around. They're all here with you.
It's a char thing. You wouldn't understand.
A char thing? You'd rather be in your fancy warband than with people who've been beside you all this time?
That's not what I said. It's a big deal to get into the Stone Warband.
Why? Because it'll make you special? You're already special. At least to me.
You'll still see me after I get in.
Uh-huh.
You will. Sometimes.
This is a good example of why Bram sucks.
Bram? Bram! We have to talk about it sooner or later.
I have to go clean my gear.
Bram!
So first of all, the scene is slanted as though Bram is correct. Which he's not, he's just being culturally insensitive. Second, rather than being any kind of supportive to her for all she's been going through and all she's currently going through, He decides to be a whiny little baby about it. So, why is Bram mad at you? He doesn't want me to join the warband. He thinks he'll never see me again. Will we? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, cool. Bye. I don't want to read that dialogue out loud because it just confirms that Bram's right. And as we already talked about, that's the problem. It's those spikes. That's the real problem. Hi, hi, hi. Are you a friend of Bram's? I am, or rather I will be, soon.
There you are.
I'm so sorry,
Somebody
Timmy.
care to tell me why this child was on the battlefield?
Hey, I'm not a child.
Not you, this Asuran girl. I found her out there trying to get to Scarlet's twisted marionette. Who does she belong to?
Oh, her.
Help! Help! Save me from this creepy human!
It's okay, I'm a Crichton Seraph. The kid's in no danger.
Bram! Don't let him take me away! Please!
Are you her guardian?
Who, me? Wolf's teeth, no. I've never seen her before in my life.
Bram, you're so mean. Can't we just go home now?
Listen, buddy, I don't know what your game is, but you better get this kid to safety. She's got no business on a battlefield.
What? I swear I've never seen her before in my life. Hey, where's he going? You're not my responsibility.
It's okay, Bram. You can take me home now. I live in Rada Sum.
Huh? What?
Where do you live? Maybe we could go there instead.
No. You found your way here. You can find your way back.
Fine. Here I go. By myself. Off into the big city. You'll probably never see me again, Bram.
Good luck, kid.
Just to be clear, while she's obviously being a little bit precocious here, the fact that Bram is totally cool by letting a kid go off completely on her own says a lot about Bram as a character.
Marjorie, a word, please.
I'll be right back, Cass.
Is Lady Casimir okay?
Yeah, she'll be fine. It's just been a rough day. Did you see that twisted marionette?
I did. And I heard there are jungle worms erupting from the ground in Bloodtide Coast.
That's because they're disturbed by Scarlet's seeking devices.
I thought your Norn was taking you home.
He is. He just doesn't know it yet.
What does a little squirt like you know about Scarlet, anyway?
As it so happens, I know a lot. I've been studying her for months. I came to meet her, but she didn't show up.
To meet her? Why would you want to do that?
Because she's brilliant, of course. My theory is that she knows something about the dragons, and that's why she's building an army.
Your theory? You don't think she's just a big old meanie?
Do you always talk like a 4-year-old?
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you something. You wouldn't know anyone who goes by the initial E, would you? Just E?
E? No, why?
No reason. Just eliminating possibilities. How's the Queen?
I wouldn't know. The Shining Blade have her so tightly wrapped up I can't even get near her.
Well, at least she's safe.
I was looking something up really quick. So that's Debbie Derryberry, right? She's the one who voices Timmy. You might recognize her from Jimmy Neutron as Jimmy Neutron. She's also in several Yakuza games. I didn't know that. She was the Kanamatra back in Dragonflight. I actually didn't know that. That was the female lead centaur lady. She plays quite a few voices in Wasteland 3. She's all over the place. Look at all this. Sorry, I always do this. I get stuck in actors and seeing what they do that I recognize. Unfortunately, most of what she does is stuff that I don't recognize. Like, she's in a bunch of kids shows, and I do mean kids shows. Like Monster High, for example. She apparently has done quite a bit of work with Blizzard. She was in Diablo 3 as well. Several Final Fantasy games. God of War 3 is Calliope. I don't remember that. Oh, no, I do remember that, actually. Never mind. There's Yakuza, again. Oh, she was in Yakuza 0, actually. My bad. No, I'm wrong. That is Yakuza the original. That's my bad. Sorry. Or rather, it's their bad for putting the wrong image on the thing. She is the voice of the Faith in Final Fantasy X too. Holy crap. And in Final Fantasy X. She's the primary green alien in Toy Story 2. And if you don't know who that is, the Claw. That's her. Oh my god. She's still in stuff. How old is this woman? Okay, here we go. Looks like Castle in the Sky was actually her very first credit back in '86. She was also in Kiki's Delivery Service, by the way. God, she was in Tailspin, too? Jesus. Goof Troop, Aladdin, the show. Tasmania. Alright, I'm done. Sorry. Let's go talk to the worst character first, shall we?
Yeah.
So, what's going on with you and your friend? Oh, little Azure and Ragamuffin? I've never seen her before. She must have heard Rock say my name. She tricked the Seraph into thinking I was her guardian. You're not? Nope. She's not... Not you two. Alright. I'll make sure she goes home safe, but just this once. Uh-huh. Let's talk to Marjorie. Now, we must find a way to corner Scarlet. How do you recommend we do that? We don't know anything about her. Then we learn everything we can. Okay. We talk to this Coda first. So, where are you from? I'm from Radisson. It's a city in the southwest of Metrica. Healthy shore liver. You realize I'm an Assuran, right? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were one of those slow Sylvari. The smart ones are so rare, really. I wouldn't have blamed you. Hey, what's your name? Zinaj. Sap. Nice name. I'm Timey. Did I hear you right? You're curious about Scarlet? Oh, most definitely. She's sparky. I drool when I think of everything she could teach me. Have you seen her mechanical creations? Oh my god. Alchemagical Bonanza. You realize she'd kill you without a second thought. Me? Inconceivable. She'd recognize my potential and mold me into her favorite assistant. Then I'd learn more about her, surpass her, and she'd die old and sad. But I would be amazing. It's the weekend already? Jesus, when did that happen? Supervillain Timey. Listen, I salivate at the knowledge. I don't know what of, but by golly, that knowledge is salivate-worthy. So, there's an alarm sounded at Fort Mariner where we're holding my Trin. Okay. Yeah, but like actually a good person, Colgrim. I know it doesn't look like Timey's a good person, but she is. She's also a better character. Anyways, still no Giga. We lost Giga. Oh well. These are cutscenes, I'm pretty sure. Something F14 and Galaxy 2 have in common is they have entire zones that are just cutscenes. This is apparently not a cutscene. You failed for me, Giga. You failed for me? God, I can't talk. I'm tired. I did it, though. I was waiting for Blade Taval to show up because I figured he'd be interested in it. And I'll tell you what said it's Bruce Wayne's funeral. It was, I wonder how many minutes it'll be till he gets back up.
Stay out of trouble.
You won again, Commander. Unfortunately, looks like we're both late. Hey, it's Ellen Keel. Again. Captain Ellen Keel now, by the way. The Aether Blade staged a smash and grab from the other side of the new Mists portal. Come with me, I need to debrief Sheriff Sirium. No, I think Gotham is, well, first of all, badly written. But second of all, I think it is a festering sweat hole of a city that should probably be burned to the ground.
It all happened so fast. Scarlet's minions were everywhere. They had our backs to the wall from the very beginning. One of them broadcast Scarlet's voice. She said, "Vacation's over, Mai. I have work for you in the Mists." The invaders took Mai to a portal outside. They had to fight past a squad of Lion Guard to get there. And two strangers, a Golem and a Nord lad with a fearsome mace. After Mai entered the portal, the Golem went after her. The Norn shouted for it to stop, but it wouldn't. It declared, "Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing." And actually ran faster.
Got it. We have to go rescue Taimi now. I have played Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami 1, although only one of those is a current review. That's true, Loke. Evacuate all the people, then burn the city to the ground.
I'm the law.
Compromise.
And the law is stretched pretty thin.
So aside from the latest crisis, the Lion Guard has reported a number of Steam devices across the countryside. Even one in the bay. Look, we have divers checking it out. Captain Shud claims it's a probe, but we can't remove it easily. Should be able to see it here from the spyglass. Wow, my spyglass is so good I can see underwater with it. What do you think? First round shooting turned green. Is that new? What? Oh, blast, that's a change. Could have something to do with this jailbreak. I'm going to marshal everyone to the investigation. Yeah, you should probably send everything you can to Major Delacroix. Marjorie Delacroix. I'll secure you access to the Mist portal. Feel free to interview the witnesses. Thanks.
Hail, stranger.
Second time those Aether Blades have caused a ruckus in the fort. Don't tell Magnus I said so, but we're outmatched here. Don't think the fort's defensive enough? Against air attack or hijacking portals? We weren't ready and we lost a prisoner. Bad sign. Hi, Elizar. Why are you not talking to me? Okay, whatever. So they call that the Edge of the Mists. It's another battlefield between realms and the Mists. First time that battle flowed back here through. Curse the Aether Blades. Yep, there's definitely a major villain, which we'll see many, many times in the near future.
How are your endeavors progressing?
I got the power to the gates when we realized what was happening, but they'd already extracted the prisoner. Next will detonate the thing. Shutdown protocols be damned. The Norn and the Progeny, they went through the gate chasing the attackers. Hopefully, once we cycle the gate's etheric matrix, I'll have this open again. So you want me to go where, game? Preserving portions of the city. How about erasing it down to its frames? Absolutely wiping it down to the point where there's nothing but flat, empty terrain with not even a single scrap of rubble left in its ruins. Because I'd be okay with that. I'm curious where it's going to take me, because I actually know how to get there via the menu, but... Oh, here we go. It's just saying to go right here.
Surprised to find you sitting still, short pants. The way you took off, I figured you'd be halfway to Mount Maelstrom by now.
Scruffy, my golem, broke down. And I still learned more in the short time I've been here than you have in your whole life.
What happened? Why did your silly magical machine man stop working?
I was studying that strange device, but every time I got too close, it zapped me and knocked me back. Eventually, Scruffy's power cells shorted out and pieces of him fell off. That activated his emergency mode. So he followed protocol like he's supposed to. He carried me here, spit me out, and then powered down. And you've got a lot of nerve calling Scruffy silly with those clothes and that haircut.
So your golem's dead. Why don't you just walk out of here?
Same reason you don't fly out, because I can't. My ears, how thick are you? See these legs? They don't work right. I can't walk very far unassisted.
Sorry. I didn't know. What did you learn about those, things you were studying before your golem broke?
As if you'd understand. All right, I've got nothing but time, so let's give it a go. They appear to be survey probes for the purpose of identifying high-energy thermic channels and matrices.
So it's like magical energy is a swirling storm, and these things are mapping it.
A trifle simplistic, but yes, that's exactly the case.
Okay, truth time. Why did you run away from me? Why did you come here in the first place?
It's not personal. I just wanted to see Scarlet's handiwork up close. Her marionette was amazing, inspiring. When I saw her minions running through a portal, I followed them.
You were supposed to stay with me. I told you to stop.
Zosha tells me to do stuff all the time. So does Vorp. I don't listen to them either.
What's your story anyway, Tiny? How does a little thing like you get into such big trouble?
It's tiny, and I'm a prodigy. I've got important people fighting for the right to be my teacher.
Important people, huh? Are they real people? Or just big-eared figments of your overactive imagination?
They're real, but they all want to tell me what to learn. I'd rather be like Scarlet and pick my own courses.
Wolf's tail, girl. Don't be too much like Scarlet, okay? One's way too many.
So, I actually don't mind Bram's voice actor at all. First of all, he gets some actual voice direction, which we're going to see pretty much for the rest of the game at this point. Second, as you say, he sounds like a dude bag. And he does. But he manages nuance and he manages tone. He does all kinds of things with himself rather than just being bad. Like, the actor's fine, is what I'm trying to say. I have no complaints on that front. He rarely actually dips into something I would find legitimately irritating, is I think how I would phrase that. Now, I don't want to go down another voice acting rabbit hole here, but that's Sam Riegel. Now, some of you may recognize that name immediately because he's a little bit well known amongst geek circles. He is, of course, an actor in the Yakuza series, as he tends to be. He does a lot of Star Wars stuff, usually side characters and NPCs. But the one... Hang on a second. He's also in FF7R2. I didn't know that. Let's see. We probably got to go back a little bit further to find stuff he's actually well known for. He's in several Fallouts. He's in both of the Pathfinder games. Several Middle-earth games. Yada, yada, yada. Fire Emblem Heroes. As several people, actually. Raig, Stahl, and Donald. He's in FF15. He's in World of Final Fantasy. He's in the Phoenix Wright series. As Phoenix Wright, by the way. He has several voices in the Ratchet & Clank series, including someone named Zed and someone named Zircon Jr. He was Griefer over in Minecraft Story Mode, who was in multiple of those episodes. What else here? My god. He's in several of the Batman Arkham games. Sorry, I keep saying just the game and not the thing, because they keep doing this thing where it's like additional voices, or it's a name I don't recognize. Like, for example, his credit for Hearthstone is voice. He was a voice in Hearthstone. That's so helpful. Thank you for that tremendous information. You know who he voiced in Bioshock Infinite? Additional voices. In Halo 4? Additional voices. I hate this crap. Just tell me who they played, game. God, it's not that hard. Good lord, I'm having trouble finding something he isn't in. I'm going to stop naming things unless he's someone noteworthy. Well, he is the English voice actor for Phoenix Wright. So, I would say Phoenix and, of course, Bram are probably his two big roles. Oh, wait! There's one, and this is the one you guys would probably recognize if you knew it. He's the voice of Donatello. Yes, that Donatello. Has been for a while, too. That's probably where you know him from. I'm not sure when he first started doing Donatello. I'm actually scrolling down here. He does so much voice work. Looks like... Hang on. So it looks like he was not in the 80s one. So it looks like he started with the 2003 one. If I'm reading this correctly. He was also in Naruto. The English, obviously. He was in World of Warcraft as... Actually, they list his character name, Kalen. And what makes me sad is I don't recognize that character. Who the hell is Kalen? Hang on, I need to know this. Hang on. Oh! Right! Yeah, okay. I do recognize Kalen. He was in Vanilla. He was in AQ, AQ40 specifically. But you'd probably recognize him more for his role in Cataclysm. He was part of the final battle against Sinithria in the Bastion of Twilight. Huh. Anyways, he does a bajillion things. You have heard his voice, I guarantee it. So, the probe turned green.
Tell me more about the probes you examined.
They're well designed. They emit pulsed eldritch waves that register the relative strength of all local ambient magic.
Like the way bats hunt? They let out a chirp and react to what that chirp bounces off of.
Right again! I'm clearly a good influence on you.
What do you think those probes of Scarlet's are looking for?
Best guess? The transcendent magic channels that span the globe. Old-fashioned synergetics techs call them ley lines. Normally you can't see them or touch them, but they're real. Magic finds its own path, like rivers running to the sea. The probes are trying to identify the biggest and strongest of these ley lines, but I'm not sure why. Not yet.
So, remember that map we saw? She's tracking ley lines.
I'm behaving.
Felicitations. Scruffy here got kicked around by the probe's defensive capabilities, and I needed a few replacement parts. Bram can't go because he's watching me. Can you help? I learned the hard way you can't get too close to the probes without getting zapped. Scruffy lost some crucial components in the process, but he managed to get me here before he shut down. I can't collect the parts myself, and Bram won't leave me unprotected.
So, what was your golem's name again?
Scruffy.
Will Scruffy work again if you get the stuff you need? I'd get it for you, but I can't leave you unprotected.
You're sweet. And absolutely. I built him for maximum ease of maintenance. All he needs are some replacement parts. He may be rough around the edges, but when he's whole, Scruffy is as reliable as an entropic crystal regulator.
Ah, that's good then. Right?
Bram, will you tell me a story while we wait?
After you ran off on me? And all the abuse you heaped on me since we got here? I get plenty of that back in Kragstead.
You don't spend much time around Asura, do you? We only abuse people we like, or those we're trying to improve.
Fine, I'll assume you like me. Once upon a time, there was a brave and handsome Norn named Bram.
Ah, I've heard this one already. From you. Twice.
I think... Hang on.
Did you know Scarlet attended each of the 3 colleges, and that she worked with the Inquest? Oh, and that she...
If you believe the rumors. I talked with an Asura named Vorp, and he says it was all bunk. I'm inclined to agree.
I know what Vorp says, but her twisted creatures weren't bunk. The Hollow Pirates either. Some Asura are just jealous.
That's enough about Scarlet for now. Jormag's Tooth, you really need a new hero.
Well, do something heroic enough and I might change my mind.
Never follow Bram as your hero. Okay, so now we can get out of here, first of all. Which I guess is actually through this portal, literally right here. Yep, to the Noir Bar.
Do you think he's taken?
The carnival's fun, though.
Yeah, Giga. Why wouldn't I?
Lace curtains here, linen tablecloths there, and a sign out front that says Delacroix Investigations. Or...
Stop. No curtains. No tablecloths. And most of all, no sign.
But...
No.
But...
Okay, maybe curtains. But only if they're black.
I can see you're tired and cranky. We'll talk about it some other time. Rox, come in. Join us, please. Where's Bram?
He's dealing with that Asuran cub, his new friend.
It's nice of him to see her home.
He's a good guy, that Bram.
No, he's not.
He's alright.
Notice the game keeps licking his boots.
What happened? My friends at the Priory delivered everything they had on Scarlet. I also called in Vorp, the Arcane Council's point person. He's collaborating with us remotely.
We need your help sifting through the evidence. We have our own theories, but we could use another opinion.
These recordings were found near Scarlet's lab in Lornar's Pass. You should listen to them first.
Bram's dick is so big. In fact, you have no idea. Everyone's jealous of Bram's dick. I love how as soon as Rox walked in, by the way, Frostbite goes behind the thing and starts looting through the foodstuffs. Cute little moment. Oh god, where are they? Oh, they're there.
You've seen me through my awakening, Mender Ceramon. Thank you. But I'm awake now, so you can leave me alone. Synergetics is endlessly fascinating. It seeks to define the eternal alchemy. The other colleges work within that definition. The potential of golems interests me. Combining dynamics design with statics versatility makes just about anything possible. I like Teo. More importantly, I need to advance my theories quickly, and nobody's better at quick results than the Inquest. Today will be monumental. With OMAD's support, I shall finally see past this world and into the eternal alchemy.
Scarlet rejected the Pale Tree because she wanted independence. What if OMAD's machine cost her that?
The moles get magic, Flame gets gear, and I get the weaponry I need. Everybody wins, especially me. Lion's Arch needs softening up first, so we infiltrate its halls of power and neuter its defenses from the inside. The theme is humanity can withstand any test. It's like they're begging me to prove them wrong. It's laughable! See? Air superiority wins wars, so build me a comparable fleet, or I'll kill you all and replace you with hollows. Once more, my esteemed snaky friend, you're doing this for obelisk shards. You want direct access to your profits, right? Then do as I say.
Scarlet deceived each of her allies into thinking they'd gain something from working for her. She'd make a great minister.
Ever since I came out of Omad's machine, you've been taking credit for my ideas. They're mine, not yours. Let me be clear. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. Nobody tells me what to do. Not ever. It's not true. None of it. I don't have to listen to you. Get out of my head!
I wonder if the voices in her head are real. What if what she saw in Omad's machine grabbed hold of her? Ironic that she rejected the Pale Tree to exert her independence, only to lose it to something else.
These other items are all pieces of the puzzle. Examine each one and let us know how you think it fits.
Yeah, we'll actually go see Omad's machine later. So there's our toxin sample. No, the toxin sample.
I'll never forget how close we came to disaster. When I think about those spores spreading their toxins across Tyria, it boils my blood.
The Nightmare Court and Crate do make a volatile combination. Scarlet popped some horrifying alchemy there.
At least Jorah was able to get the antitoxin. Can we test it on the sample? Scarlet would have spread her toxin all over Tyria if we'd let her. It's good that we found the antidote. Why would she ally with the Crate and the Nightmare Courtiers? The Courtiers grew the plant, the Crate made it toxic. The combination was a poison so powerful. Probably Lenareth.
The sample is resistant to the antitoxin we used against the Nightmare Tower poison.
Jory, we didn't stop her plan. We just showed her how to make a stronger poison that could wipe out an entire city.
Also, I'm sorry, this lack of music is bothering me. But don't worry, I've got the solution.
This is Synergetics Headmaster Omad's isolation module. A Sylvari named Kiara went in. Scarlet came out. I reverse engineered an image of Kiara's aura patterns before and after. The schism is pronounced and dramatic.
What can you tell me about the cube? His notes say its purpose was to shut down the mind's security system and open it, like opening a door to welcome the truths of the eternal alchemy. I remind you, the eternal alchemy is their term for everything combined. Magic, technology, and the world. Our minds are protected for a reason. So, when Scarlet looked across the open threshold, she saw things and something looked back.
Kiara encountered something that literally broke her mind, but the only things in there were things she brought. I surmise she was directly exposed to a part of her own psyche that had been carefully walled off, perhaps for her own protection. We'd need to do far more extensive study of the Sylvari dream before I could draw any more detailed conclusions. What I can conclude now is that she's preparing to strike. Mark my words, Scarlet's next attack is planned and ready.
It's so like Scarlet to ruin someone's big day. Poor Queen Jenna. Celebrating 10 years of rule only to have it marred by killer automatons. Is that watch night piece safe, Marjorie? I hate having any of Scarlet's machines in the bar.
Don't fret, Angel. Ever since Queen's Jubilee, it's been quiet as a corpse.
Yeah, all part of her plan. We now know she'd been moving behind the scenes for some time, but she chose that moment to show herself. Why? The Watch Nights. Obviously.
I think our friend is onto something.
Not bad. The clockwork horrors from the Jubilee must have been Scarlet's second draft. Scarlet got crafty.
Carry on.
Instead of pairing up two splinter factions, she stole an entire fighting force, and then she upped the ante with that giant marionette.
You don't need that kind of firepower unless you're going to attack something really big.
Also, I just double-checked. Wendy Lee has no voice credits for Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2.
Priory teams recovered this cooling rod from the Thaumanova reactor disaster. It's steeped in dragon magic.
So what are Keel's conclusions? She believes Scarlet blew the place up to sow terror. One sleuth to another. That's too easy. If we theorize that all her moves have been connected, she was after something. So, mostly crazed prattle is what Scarlet said. But Keel's report said that Scarlet called the energy flowing to the reactor dragon energy. She also talked about the ley lines that crisscrossed her area. Yeah, ley lines.
Scarlet and the Inquest turned a risky research experiment into a time bomb so they could study how it ticked. They also discovered new info about ley lines. If Scarlet is using that info to plan her next major attack, it's coming soon. If you examine the steam creature closely, you can identify similarities to Scarlet's clockwork machines in its design.
It's like she's modified the Watch Knights with the same engineering.
Now, Scarlet was able to seize control of the Watch Knights and twist them into similar methods. Are you suggesting the Human Queen? What are you suggesting? That the Queen modeled her Watch Knights on the steam creatures.
The Watch Knights and the Steam creatures use common parts. That would explain how Scarlet gained control of the Watch Knights. Their obedience makes them perfect infantry units for assaulting a fortified location.
Energy probe?
That's a piece of one of Scarlet's probes. We theorize that this agitated the jungle worms.
Yeah, but why? My colleagues believe it was the magisonic dissonance that the probes emit that disturbs the worm. Yeah, she's closing in. The probes are magical and spread far and wide. She's closing in on a magical location.
That's a puzzler.
I almost feel sorry for Scarlet after reading her journal. If only she didn't use Omad's machine, she might be a sane flower.
Those are the ramblings of a crazy murderer. Make no mistake, honey. She enjoys killing. She needs to be found and put down.
Yeah, we've actually already read these. That's what I thought. Yeah, something's driving her. Something she's afraid of but had long since embraced.
Scared? What could possibly frighten someone like Scarlet?
She saw something while hooked up to Omad's machine. Something that broke her. She's hearing voices in her head. But what are they telling her to do? Dragon Bash was supposed to be festive, until Scarlet killed people with her flying pirates.
Keel did an excellent job documenting the assassination of Counselor Theo Ashford during Dragon Bash.
You should really return this case file before she notices you purloined it.
I remember that too, Evan, but I don't remember specifics. So, bad news. Maya's ruthless, and now she's back to do Scarlet's dirty work again.
Scarlet plotted to kill someone on the Captain's Council to make room for her puppet.
With Trin in place on the council, she could have weakened the city's defenses from the inside. That plan backfired, but Trin escaped to the mists to prepare for something.
It's been almost a year since the Molten Alliance attacked.
Wow. Season 1 goes across a year.
Together. Who'd have imagined it?
Look closely at how they combine Dredge mechanical knowledge with the Flame Legion's fire magic.
Sonic weaponry with flame magic. Repurposed Dredge mining suits for charred battle armor. Yeah, she's defining a sonic magical device other than weapons.
So Dredge sonic technology can be used for probing underground.
And Scarlet's been looking for ley lines with those probes. She's after the ley lines underneath Lion's Arch.
Yeah. Didn't we already know this? Come on, people. Keep up. Keep up.
Scarlet converted part of the Nightmare Court Arbor into her own personal airship factory. She also tormented the Sylvari firstborn, Kate. She formed this alliance in part to develop hybrid weapons with maximum destructive potential.
Have you spoken with Kate? I heard she was looking for Scarlet too. Something about shutting Scarlet's mouth. Scarlet lured Kate to Twilight Arbor and set a trap with the Aether Blades, building an airship there. What do you think's happening between those two? It was a trap. Kate raided the airship factory.
Now she has an arsenal of advanced weapons and an air fleet to deliver them. No city is prepared to defend against an aerial attack. Not even Lion's Arch.
Let's review the evidence. Kiara entered Omad's device, saw something terrifying, and emerged as Scarlet Briar. She came out insane, but there's a method to her madness. We know from Thaumanova that she's researching magical energy and ley lines. She's used Molten Alliance Magitech to locate ley lines. We know that there are ley lines in Lion's Arch, among other places. She's built her own personal army. Crate and Nightmare Court, Pirates and Inquest, Dredge and Flame Legion, and most of all, her Clockwork Horrors. She tricked her subordinates into doing her bidding with promises of power, resources, or other gains. She modified her poison to be resistant to our antitoxin. She could use it against an army or a city. My Trin is preparing the Aether Blades in the mists for a big attack. There's a mists portal in Lion's Arch.
Jory, Lion's Arch is her target. We have to warn Ellen.
I'll warn her. I'll let you know when I hear back. Make your preparations. Everything has been building toward a single, devastating attack. May the gods show us mercy.
This is one of the downsides of the new approach to doing cutscenes, by the way. There's really no skipping what we just saw. There's just sitting there and listening to them chat. That's true as recently as the most recent expansion, so that's nothing new. Oh my god, Lion's Arch is being evacuated. I mean, invaded. There's only one thing to do. Attack Brigwin. Okay. Invite Brigwin. There we go. This is one of the reasons why, while I think the story is definitely better, you can see why I still have issues with it. They pretty much gave away everything that they needed to 2 quests ago. And then they spent an entire quest just sitting there expositing to the players about all the pieces. Now, I get why they did that. I do. It's because they weren't sure if players were actually present for those previous scenes, because of how they were doing this. But from a writing perspective, having an entire recap section is not great writing. Especially when nothing new is actually revealed during the recap. There's ways to make a recap work. You can have a recap be part of character, you can have it develop more of the story, or add foreshadowing the future. Maybe you can actually add new layers to stuff that was happening. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. But what we just listened to was just a recap, right? Here's all the stuff that's been happening. End statement. Oh, I can't use the trading post. Brigwin? We lost Brigwin. That's okay. She's busy. Okay. So... Brigwin? That's fine. Let's just do it. Boop. Oh, wow. Pre-rendered. I think you can still join, Evan. Pretty sure. If you can, we can just restart really quick. Oh no! And the city's totally defenseless. Again, by the way. Well, that looks interesting. Alright, real quick. Can you poke in, Eben? Or do we need to restart real quick? I swear there's a way you can just join, but it might not be active in this content specifically. So I'll just kind of chill here for a sec. Oh, we got Bregman back. Alright, hang on.
People of Lions Arch, this is Scarlet Briar. I would tell you not to fear, but...
Hang on. I don't know how to leave. Yeah. I apparently can't leave. Okay. Give it a few seconds. Vanilla. What's funny is this came out just a couple years ago. Okay, so everyone's here except Bregman. Bregman, do you want to join? If so, come to the Gindaran Field Point. This one right here. Cornucopian Fields. Oh, there she is. I'll wait till she's active, which I can tell because she's moving around. In the meantime, spin to win. Oh, she's here. Okay. Yeah, there's a reason I use this as my hub. It should never take long to load. Okay. Take two. Hopefully we can skip the cutscene we just saw. We can.
People of Lions Arch, this is
Whoa.
Scarlet Briar. I would tell you not to fear, but...
Yeah, I've already skipped it without even meaning to. I just tapped escape, like, out of, like, oh, I wonder what'll happen. And then I happened to tap it, like, right as it was happening. Die. Right. I forgot the meta. Wall to wall. Woo. Is this in-game music? Oh my god, it is.
Traders Forum is in flames. Your Grand Piazza has been destroyed. Your city is...
That's really funny, Goldcrab. I'd ask how my deeps is, but I'm not sure I could take it. I need to bother to get that set up myself at some point. And I know what you're thinking. Lord, you don't care how big your dick is. No, you're right. See, the thing a lot of people forget about DPS meters is they're actually really useful. They help you to get better at a class, right? They help you to min-max your rotation. What do you hit when and why? And I like Warrior enough that I kind of want to get better at it. So keeping track of my own DPS and seeing what I'm doing and how I'm doing against certain types of mobs is useful. It's speedrunning, right? It's golf. The only person I'm fighting is myself. I remember taking forever on this.
I'm not done with you yet.
They picked on the wrong city.
Looks like a full-on invasion to me.
I think you're right. They're killing anyone who hasn't evacuated yet. We have to get non-combatants out of here.
Aether blades.
Hopefully the Canal Ward Gate to Gandharan Fields is still open. Citizens can flee that way.
I'm not fleeing. I'm fighting.
Fair enough. Then I am too. Hey, Bram! You got some Aether blades stuck in your teeth.
Gross, first of all.
It's a good day.
Get up, citizen. I got you. By the way, this is another event I didn't realize they had a story version of. Remember how I said earlier I might have to fail Lion's Arch, the Battle for Lion's Arch? Well, I've actually done the live version of this when it came out. No. Not the one in 2013, the one in 2022. And it was an event. It was something you queued for. That's why I mentioned I'd never actually done the marionette before.
It's a good day. Protect my stock. If anything gets broken, I'll be taking it out of your hide.
Did you go any faster? Like, you're trying to evacuate a city that's currently under siege. Just point it out. Please? I'm a warrior. Where am I going to get swiftness from? Don't answer that. Actually, that is an interesting question, though. Do I have... I can replace this temporarily. Where's my shouts? No, shouts. Shouts. Here we go. I don't see a shout for speed. Yeah, probably Colgrim. Yeah, this looks safe for a bunch of Doliacs to go across. Jesus.
Get out of my way, runt.
I'm ready to go.
Merchandise through that gate.
Hurry it up, Evan. I have citizens here who need this gate.
Well, we've got a stability banner, a fury banner.
I need to get these people out of the city and shut down the gate.
What? That's your problem? Don't worry, Shud. I got you covered.
And a regen and a might buff.
I'll always be a pirate at heart. That greedy! How did he shut down the gate? Never mind. Get to the city exits.
Never leave a wrong to ripen into evil.
Wow.
I'm at your service.
That guy's kind of a dick. Hang on. Let me just pick a banner. Ooh. Well, that did seem to give us swiftness. I'm not sure how. I'm really not sure how. But whatever. Something trained somewhere. Oh, never mind. It's Evan. I'm still worthless. Yeah. I wonder how this felt back in the day. As I think I've pointed out a few times, I wasn't really part of the game when the Living Story Season 1 was going live. So, like, seeing Lion's Arch on fire like this has never really had an impact on me. Because I've always seen, well, always, I've almost always seen the new Lion's Arch. It's like ESD, right? How many people remember the original ESD? I mean, I do, admittedly, but I've played the hell out of Star Trek Online, so that's whatever. Hang on, Giga. I'm really curious about something. Like, is there going to be a cutscene here, or...?
Everyone, get aboard the airship. We are leaving.
Relay that order. Keep fighting! We aren't losing the fort!
Magnus, you're hurt, and the fort is gone. Get aboard now.
He capitalized immediately. Excuse me, capitulated. Sorry. Is the ship gonna take off? Oh my god, it is. Not too shabby. Whoop! Where'd all this crap come from? Remind me to do a tech test after this. I mean, this is pretty much the end of Season 1, so... Oh, Asahi. Easy answer. Garrosh is a piece of crap, but even he believed in the concept of earning something. And Bram... most of the problems of Bram are the problems of the writer, not the character, if that makes any sense. But Asahi? That is a garbage human being right there. Whoa.
Talk to me. If this is about Dragon Bash, we're out of time. Scarlet, please. The crew needs you to be stronger than this. And you failed me, just like the rest of them. I'm standing in a well of blood, and the smell. Rotting fruit. Sweet. Metallic. Burning. When the time comes, everything I know will be devoured. It is going to happen, and I am not prepared. If you're talking about the attack, preparations are... I am talking about the results. Tell me what I can do. Tell me how to help you. You can pick up that gun and follow.
By the way, have you recognized Scarlet's voice actress yet, Mr. Red? Correct. That is Tara Strong. Interesting small tidbit. I know several people never actually recognize it. So they brought in Tara Strong, and she voices her pretty much like Harley Quinn. Like, she uses her Harley Quinn voice for a lot of her stuff. Until the marionette fight. For all the dialogue from the marionette fight and onwards, they added a modulation to her voice. Now, that was done on purpose. It was to explain the moment at which she fully lost control and no longer had any remains of Scarlet Briar left in her. Nice little bit of storytelling there. Are you done? That you're not worth my time. Just die or get out of the way. I don't care which. I'm not a supervillain, I swear. I don't want to kill people. They're the ones who are coming to me. Desperately begging for death. I've never heard such a thing, Gum Gum, so I have no idea. Yeah, Tara Strong is pretty prolific. I'm starting to think you just sit in some strange circles of the internet, Gum Gum. Wait! I've got it. You read Reddit, don't you? You know, I'm not sure, Mr. Ed. Both of them have been voice acting since, like, the 90s. I'm not sure which one came first. Is Tumblr still there? Jesus. Oh, Blade Tribal's here. You know what that means. So, I have not made water recently.
all over this place.
I don't like the looks of this. Scarlet's taking over the entire city.
Taking it over or destroying it? I'm not sure which.
All these poor Lion's archlings, tossed from their homes.
Archlings?
Yes. I didn't like Lion's archers. Come on, let's clear some of these glowy things out of here.
Sorry. I do admittedly love sharing opinions, even if I disagree with them. Oh, we're done. We did it! We saved Lion's Arch. Woo! Woo! We're done. We did it. Okay, so something I've been waiting on since I finished it during the lunch break is I have finally finished the initial audit, the boring audit, as I like to call it. So I haven't looked at the numbers. So I'm excited to see the update here, okay? So let me just get over here. Drum roll, please. You don't have to give me a drum roll. And... oh, wow. Okay. So that is where Vanilla plus Season 1 is sitting right now. Plus 41 minus 40 plus 134 minus 97. Wow. That is net positive. It is. I expected worse too, but remember, and there's a big caveat on this, we are very specifically only reviewing the MSQ. Oh, I have no idea, Colgrim. And I'm not going to calculate that right now. I'll do that later. But yeah, remember, we're only reviewing the MSQ, so a lot of quest design, zone design, dungeon design that could be getting negatives if this was a full review isn't. Also, I just got a message from my bank. I'm a banker. As a client of this bank, I wanted to personally thank you for being part of this family. As your banker, my team and I are here to assist you with all your financial needs. I would like to take this time to invite you to the branch to meet with me in person to discuss your relationship with your bank. When we connect, I'll be able to help you with what is most important when it comes to your finances. This is what they've been calling me about for the last several days. Delete. Jesus Christ.
Could that have been any worse?
We saved some, but how many people are still in there? I'm gonna break Scarlet in half.
Hold on to that thought. It won't be long before we get another chance to go back in.
Oh, right.
We save as many as we can. I'm not stopping until they have to carry me out. Is it time yet?
No, Bram. Be patient. We can't go in too soon. The miasma has to dissipate first.
How come Marjorie's antidote isn't working anymore?
Seems Scarlet improved her recipe. She's an impressive alchemist.
Is there anything she doesn't do well?
Make friends?
Good point.
Well, what's stupid is I'm already a member of their bank. Like, I get it. They want me to do more programs so they can make more money off them, but they can suck a lemon.
Hello, hello, hello.
Keep hearing the most terrible stories from the people at Lion's Arch. Is it all true? Scarlet's really responsible for all those deaths? Yeah, those and more. I set up Scruffy's hollow meter to link with Vorp's assistant golems in the other evacuation camps. If it'll help, you can use them to see the recordings of what's going on. It'll help the most if you stay safe for now, but thanks. Indubitably. I'm a genius, after all, but don't tell Vorp, okay? I mean it. Don't tell Vorp. That is a lot of recordings. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't think we're gonna win this battle. I know what you mean. For everyone we save, 3 more die. You can stay here if you'd like.
Not if you're going back in.
We're a team. Even if we only save one more, it's worth it.
Agreed.
You're cold.
Freezing.
Too bad you can't mesmer up a fur cloak to keep you warm.
I don't need one. I have you. Come on over here.
With pleasure.
So when did you join the German Priory?
Shortly after I quit the Guard. I knew I'd need to be able to tap a good source of information to be a detective.
I'm surprised you didn't choose the Order of Whispers.
Those rats? Nah. They're too secretive, even among themselves.
Besides, dressed as you are, I bet you stand out more at the Priory than among Whispers.
Exactly. Presentation is everything.
I wonder how Rox and Bram are doing.
Knowing them, they're probably happy as clams, tearing into aether blades or toxic crate.
I'm really glad we've all met. I have a good feeling about our little guild.
It was serendipity, perhaps. Or the gods may still be watching over us after all.
I choose to believe they are. Praise the Six.
Yeah. The gods are watching over us at this point.
What was it like for you in the Ministry Guard?
It was a job like any other job, except I got to eat, sleep, and breathe it.
When did you join?
As soon as I was able. My father isn't nice like yours was, nor is my family wealthy.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault. It is what it is.
Do you see your family?
My mother, yes, and my sisters. Not my father. Not if I can avoid it.
So, this is what it's like to have a mission. To be an adventurer. Danger. Risk.
You don't have to do this, sweetheart.
I know I don't. But being with you has made me want to be a better person. And this is what better people do.
You're already nigh perfect in my eyes.
Careful there, Miss Delacroix. You're gonna make me blush.
Looks like the miasma's clearing out. You sure you wouldn't rather stay here?
Not on your life. Where you go, I go.
Kaz.
Come on, let's go save some people.
And yeah, what I love is all these are labeled like human stuff? I don't know what to call that. Captains M and K. Note to self. Coincidence?
Right here.
Fort Mariner?
Fallen.
Damn. Need to get...
Rest, Magnus. You need to rest.
My eyes. What happened?
The medics could only save one. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Haven't had a good scar in ages. How are the Lion Guard holding up?
We've taken heavy losses and we're stretched thin, according to the runners going back and forth between the camps.
Send the word to nearby havens to donate whatever they can.
Already done. But it'll take days to get supplies back to the rally camps.
My other eye for a proper supply line.
Save that eye. I've got something up my sleeve.
Did the rest of the council make it out?
It was rough, but everyone evacuated. They're at camps to the north and east.
We have to get to them. We have to push back and retake the city. Ellen.
Right here.
Been thinking. I should have pushed the council more. I should have made them listen to you. Maybe I wouldn't have failed holding Fort Mariner.
Magnus, don't. We did all we could.
Hell of a thing, being right about an impending disaster. But we'll take back the fort, and the city.
And then put a boot upside Scarlet's head.
Damn right.
You're kidding, Giga. I almost said you're kidding, Quaggan. And also, yeah, the Legendary Starter Kits was such a great idea, frankly. Because most of what it cuts out is the most boring part, right? Like, there's still work and there's still grind involved in getting a Legendary. Like, getting a world exploration. But it chops out a huge chunk of that nonsense. There's a reason I'm ready to go on Sunrise with the exception of one item, which is the Gift of Battle.
3 more cases of the rattling cough. The sick aren't responding to standard healing incantations.
Collect sputum samples from the infected and bring them to the Red Labs immediately.
At once, Lightbringer. What should we do about the sick?
There's little we can do for them. Focus on gathering as much intelligence as we can. And don't call me Lightbringer. We're aid volunteers from Sparkfly Fen. Adhere to the cover.
Understood.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Exordium required... So, my barrier to Exordium, honestly, my only barrier to Exordium, and I know I've said this before, but forgive me for me, is this. I need to raise all these to max. And you know, I'm good. I really, really, really hate Maguma Red so much.
I've gotten confirmation of Priory and Vigil relief camps set up in Lornar's Pass and Gandaran Fields.
But we're still not getting word from our informants there. Odd.
Have the Preceptors deciphered Scarlet's true motive with Lion's Arch?
If they haven't announced it. I imagine her erratic behavior is proving cryptic to traditional analysis.
Honestly, if I was to go for Twilight, I would probably sell it. Just use that to bank the entire rest of my play of the game forever. Honestly, I'm still debating selling Sunrise, because that's still a decent chunk of change, even right now.
Strange. The gas weapon isn't the same as the nightmare pollen from the Kessex Hills Tower.
I could have sworn they'd be related.
I did too. This agent is far worse. It's corrosive on contact and lethal in large doses.
Hi, Sean.
Any progress on a vaccine for the miasma?
None. It doesn't correspond to any known antitoxin.
What in Derman's name are we dealing with?
A climbing fatality rate for the refugees, and perhaps Scarlet's ultimate weapon.
So the thing I'm missing, Eitri, and feel free to correct me on this if I'm wrong, but the thing I'm missing is the Gift of Insights. The Gift of Insights becomes part of Gift of Maguma Mastery. Now, I have the Gift of Maguma. I have the Bloodstone Shard and I have the Crystalline Ingots. But the Gift of Masteries requires buying the Gift of the Itzel, Gift of the Newhawk, Gift of the Exalted, and Gift of Gliding. All of which, to my knowledge, involves being maxed with these reps. I guess that's actually specifically these 4 reps, in order to be able to purchase the item. And then it takes 800 airship parts, 800 leyline crystals, and 800 Aurelium, which admittedly I do not have, but I'm actually pretty close to. So that's not super big. The rep is the problem.
Have you begun compiling the eyewitness reports for the scholars?
Magister, I'm not sure questioning the refugees so soon after the disaster is a good idea. While I'm not a medical professional, they are exhibiting classic signs of mental trauma. Perhaps it would be better to let them gather their wits, or at least have a good night's sleep in our camp.
We have eyewitnesses to history, novice. Records must be kept of this moment. Do your duty.
Looks like I'd have to get 4 more mastery points in Path of Fire to manage that, which would probably take a lot less effort. I'm not sure about the other stuff, though.
Tell me, what did you see? What happened in the city?
Please, I can't talk about it.
I know this is difficult, but you were an eyewitness. Please, share what you have seen.
Is this all you can think about right now? I lost my son. My only son. Put that in your scroll.
I didn't mean...
Go away. Now.
Sorry, 1 second. A lot of voice acting for that. Ugh, so I would need about 159 Elegy mosaics, which apparently I get for doing legendary bounties in the Crystal Desert. Oh my god. Behold, the adorable Quaggan couple. Ooh, ooh. We're together forever. Quaggans are going to make a pod in Lion's Arch. That neat dream is now squished. Quaggan hopes Scarlet gets plant louse. Oh my gosh.
You're finally taking a break?
Turns out I got a volunteer.
Is that a golem?
Don't knock it. It doesn't sleep, doesn't need to eat, doesn't feel demoralized by dying patients. The thing just showed up wanting to help. At this point, I could use it.
Greetings, I am Helotron. I will be your designated health repair unit.
Oh no. No. I am not getting worked on by a machine.
Negative thinking impairs recuperation. Please remain calm. Now tell me where you are ailing.
Are you joking?
Does this unit match the appearance of a no-talent minstrel? Now report your injury status. Any delay could mean your expiration. Analyzing miasma aerosol.
You can do that?
Consortium programming offers basic analysis of chemical compounds. Analysis underway.
Can you find a cure?
For current late-stage patients, negative. However, infection appears to be counteracted by sub-aether harmonics in a localized energy field.
Where am I?
A Lion Guard field hospital.
Can barely breathe. Lungs and eyes feel on fire.
It'll pass. You need to take it easy. Now I need your name and unit for the records.
Drax Tenderstride, private. 6th Harbor Detail.
That's fine, soldier. Get some rest. He'll be gone in an hour. Add his name to the list.
Yeah, that's actually a nice moment. As horrible as that is. No, it's true, Gigo. This is real procedure in military medical hospitals. Is you get their name and rank and position as quickly as you can so you can identify them. It's one of the reasons dog tags came into usage in general. So, they're on their way out. What's your name and rank? Lay down, get some rest. That's horrifying, but that is how it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, buddy. It's okay. Grenth, he's kind of busy right now. I mean, it's true on Volkenstein.
They've been pulling out of the city.
Shh. Not around the civilians.
That's another thing you don't do. You don't want to spook people. So you asked if the Empire, and we will stick with the Empire, believes in the concept of letting, in other words, would you rather punish 10 innocent people to punish one guilty person, or would you rather let 10 guilty people go free to save one innocent person? And the Empire firmly believes in the latter. Hopefully that will answer your question. Who's this nobody nothing? Hey, Giga, do you recognize this loser? I should just kill him right now. Alright, buddy. I dread what will happen to Lion's Arch. Scarlet's lunacy will stain the streets before she's stopped. Don't worry, Canuck. I will end your torment. And later on, you'll be voiced by a different character. Or a different actor.
I warned Magnus. I warned Keel. I warned them all. I told them Scarlet was going to attack the city. Did the council listen? No. Because of them, your friends, your neighbors, dead. Now I know why he's Captain Magnus the Bloody-Handed. He has the blood of all those innocent people in Lion's Arch on his hands.
Evan Nashblade?
What is it? Shouldn't you be failing at your job somewhere?
You've been hereby conscripted to Lion Guard service under General Emergency Statute 14.
You're joking. Someone tell me this sorry idiot is playing a joke on me.
For the duration of the emergency, you and Black Lion Trading Post agents will act as deputy quartermasters, outfitting all active personnel.
And what if I refuse? What if I pull up stakes and leave you suckers in the dust?
Considering you are now technically a Lion Guard supply officer, desertion would mean confiscation of your wares and summary execution.
So, it's either get robbed blind by you Lion Guard or get hanged?
Firing squad, actually. And it's not you or us anymore, Quartermaster Nashblade. Speaking of which, we need 24 swords, 12 axes, 20 shields, and 40 rifles.
Just tell me one thing. Keel, she's dead, right? Come on, give a guy good news.
She and Captain Magnus are at a relief camp to the south, and your deputizing was Captain Keel's idea.
Of course it was.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole. If you don't remember him, he had some stuff before this, but the main thing you probably just saw him in was, while we were evacuating the city, he charged out the gates that were supposed to be used for civilians with all of his wares and gear from his shop. Once he got through the gate, he shut it behind him so nobody else could use it to escape. Joking aside, you could easily swing, especially in what is effectively a pirate town that Lion's Arch used to be. You could swing that as grounds for shooting him. No joke. Please refrain from speaking with the prisoner. She has a demon on her back. Well, why is he here? Lion's Arch jail has been compromised due to the invasion. Prisoner was evacuated as part of general-wide exodus. What do you do? Months ago, the prisoner endangered hundreds of lives at South Sun Cove while claiming to be aiding exploited workers. Uh-huh. I'm afraid we're going to have to put him down, too. Sorry, Canuck. It's for your own good. Alright, Canuck is dead. We're good.
The enemy's in there. Why are we standing around with our weapons in our hands?
Save that energy. We'll be leading the charge just as soon as a gust pushes the miasma out to sea.
Damn miasma.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you in charge here?
You have a complaint? And I was having such a good day.
Official Seraph business, ma'am. We're looking for a golem. It's been,
You're kidding. I thought you were the first of a relief effort from Divinity's Reach, but you're here for a golem?
Have you seen one? Small, ovoid-shaped, 2 arms, hovers, sarcastic tone.
Yes, it's my backup medic.
You are ordered to hand over the golem immediately.
You want me to give over the only combat medic I have? Go eat your sword.
Orders are orders. The golem is wanted on an outstanding warrant.
What's the charge?
Aiding and abetting a known mass murderer, Scarlet Briar.
You're joking. No, I don't think you've ever joked in your life. God, I'll go find him.
The adventures of Betotron continue. Yeah, you noticed Bram's voice actor was the asshole earlier.
How may I assist you?
These Seraphs say you helped Scarlet. Fess up. Is it true?
Negative.
It's lying. It was seen in Scarlet's presence when she attacked the Queen's Jubilee.
I was captured and forced into Scarlet's service. This unit has no loyalty to her.
See, now either help with the wounded or leave. We've got injured to treat.
It seems this golem left out a few crucial details, such as his being found guilty of aiding Scarlet.
You were found guilty of helping the psycho who's hammering our city?
Affirmative. However,
nothing. Get away from my patients. You're probably behind what put them here. Get out!
You heard the lady. Come with us. Now.
negative. I paid my debt to the people of Divinity's Reach. I raised thousands of gold for them during Winter's Day. I overheard Seraph talking about using this unit to...
Enough. Come along right now. You have nowhere to run.
Negative. I will find an alternate solution. This unit is no longer in your possession.
Off he goes. Greetings. Scanning for injuries results. You're in nominal health. Diagnosis, you're not yet dead. Maintain this status for optimal existence. Who are you? Current designation, Helotron. This unit diagnoses and treats illnesses and injuries. Current assignment, assisting Lion Guard medical personnel during ongoing disaster. Current designation, you got other names? Correct, this unit was formerly designated Jobtron, Hobotron, and Ho-Ho-Tron. That's the Christmas thing he just mentioned. Health tip, avoid eating rotting corpses. Do you know anything about the attack on Lion's Arch? Negative. This unit is unaffiliated with Scarlet and her current actions.
Combat chassis and an energy amplifier, but no weapons? What are you, crazy?
Logic circuits are nominal. Is this design feasible?
Yeah, the amplifier. That'll take a while. I'll be honest, never had a Golem customer.
Will this irregular customer interaction delay delivery?
No, I don't usually ask this, but what's all this for? I mean, the Lion Guard's watching me close. You ain't gonna kill us all in some Golem uprising, right?
Negative. Non-hostile.
This is Bram's voice actor, by the way.
You better be right. This design of yours. You want to take a beating but not dish it out?
Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be asking for payment in advance.
Error. I lack the sufficient funds.
Then go away. I don't work for free. Well, except for the Lion Guard these days. Damn that keel.
Accessing pleading subroutine.
A begging Golem. This ought to be a laugh.
This unit paid its debt to Divinity's Reach. The Seraph want to use me for an endless series of tasks. If I can aid in the assault against Scarlet, I calculate the act will earn goodwill and prove I am not her minion.
Sounds like the Seraph won't care, but the Captain's Council might. Maybe we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Okay, so this unit is unaffiliated with Scarlet and her current actions. This unit must counteract her violence to the best of its programming. This unit was improperly found guilty of aiding Scarlet in the past. It really was, by the way. It's a part we missed because it was part of the content that doesn't exist anymore. But they actually found him guilty of being kidnapped by Scarlet and forced to play music for her. And for that, he was found guilty of aiding and abetting Scarlet in the attack on Divinity's Reach. Yeah, I'm still pissed about that. This unit seeks to correct his faulty assertion using programming. It was a straight up witch hunt. Assholes.
What are Quaggan's going to do now? Quaggan's old home is gone, and now Quaggan's new home is too. Quaggan is trying hard not to cry.
Don't fret, love. The journey takes its toll, but the waters at the end will be fresh.
Quaggan's home is wherever Blue Manu is.
Honestly, Kryta is not that great of a nation, and it's probably the best of them. Now, back in the day, this is opinion, I would say it was Ascalon. And even Ascalon had its own issues. It's also worth noting Kryta is kind of fighting... How do I put this into words? Kryta used to be run by a bunch of religious, zealous fanatics who themselves were being run by a bunch of tyrannical dictators who themselves were following ancient eldritch gods. So, they're doing better, is what I'm trying to say.
It's almost that time. You ready, Bram?
Ready to kill some bad guys and save some innocents? Do you even have to ask?
I just like to hear you say it.
I'm ready.
But yeah, Kryta is doing better than, honestly, it ever has been. We're taking back Lions, we're taking back Lions, we're taking back Lion's Arch. Okay, so, battle for the city. Sorry for the delay there, but that is a fairly long sequence of cutscenes. By the way, get used to that. There's lots of nice, big, long cutscene sequences in Guild Wars 2. I don't mind it, but like, I don't know how enjoyable that is as a stream, because I just kind of mute the mic and let them all talk for a while. We're going to see a bunch of that. Yeah, you notice we still don't have a voice for this. So, here we are. Unfortunately, it looks like we're screwed. Okay. I mean, we could switch to squad. Do you think we could just 5-man this? We could also just try a public. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, this is going to be the same thing as the tower. This is what I assumed we'd be shoved into when it came to the marionette. Well, hang on. We do have Blade Tval if he wants to join us. Which would be... No, we don't have Blade Tval. No, we do have Blade Tval. God, I'm just misreading here. So we could try 6-manning it if you want to join us, Blade Tval. Let me know. Let me know. While Blade Tval decides, we'll pose here. No, I'll make some water. I will craft these atoms.
What?
Oh, Pax is on too. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch to squad. Yep, there we go. Switch to squad. The good news is, to my knowledge, this is basically our last barrier like this. Everything else is going to be event-based, right? So, like, we've already done Dragon Stand, but, like, that kind of stuff, right? That's the kind of thing that we'll have after this point. Dragon Stand, Dragon's Fall? No, hang on. So there's Dragon Stand, and then there's that one. And where is it? There it is. Dragonfall. It is Dragonfall next. So then Dragonfall, and then the last one. I don't think it's actually visible on the map, but it's the one you get to from Eye of the North, which is up here. I forget what that one's called. Okay, so who do we got? We got Colgrim, me, Pax, Eben, Blade Duval, Giga, Bregwin's AFK. I'm missing someone. Who'd I miss? Who am I missing? Oh, no, Pax is right there. Double warrior power. Except I'm going to use my real weapon, which is not this. There we go. There's the real weapon. Yeah, he roams in and out periodically, Lunareth. He's actually sleeping right now. I'm gonna assume Bregwin's AFK. That's a normal, and that's fine. So, who's that? Holgrim's gonna bring support. I think Giga said she was gonna bring support too. I can't really bring anything else. I can punch stuff. I can punch stuff really hard. Oh, Bregwin's back. Bregwin's back. Hang on. Grab Bregwin. There we go. There we go. Now she's accepted the invite. Yes, permafrost is one of the turbo expensive dyes. I can even prove that. There it is, 85 gold. And I could look like this. I kind of like it. That's the thing that irritates me the most. If there's one thing I might do someday... Oh, Jesus, is with the money I might make off of selling Sunrise, because I'm still debating that. I might buy the permafrost dye. Because you know me, I love black and white, and I do unironically like how white that is. You know, that's like Stormtrooper white. I love that color. Or Clone Trooper, it's actually Clone Trooper white. Let's see, where do we get permafrost? Jormag. It is the Jormag die kit. Which you get from Dragon's Watch. Yeah, I think I'm maxed on birthday kits at the moment, but I have been. Jormag. I need to remember that. Jormag. Okay. I think we're all here. I think we're all ready. Let's do private. Yeah, black dye was also rather valued in the days. People would wear black outfits to show off their social standing, economic status.
I serve Lion's Arch.
Okay. So, welcome to the Battle for Lion's Arch. For real this time. She sells them... Oh. Found belongings can buy obsidian shards. Oh, that's interesting. You should be able to go talk to the person, Bragwin, and join private. Always true, Kraken-san. That's been true since back in, like, Acheron's Call era. And it wasn't dyes back then. It was actually just, you know, items with those colors on them. I don't remember which game actually invented dyes when it comes to MMOs, but I know Lotro was one of the first. As Lotro was one of the first for basically every MMO concept out there. Well, good news. We're running over this place. Oh, I meant to... doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Fine. I want... You know what? Hang on. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, okay? Just really quick. This really will not take me long. Sorry. Sorry. There. And that should be that. There it is. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Okay. And yeah, I should be able to just hop right back in, just like Brigwin just did. Oh man, Linares, I don't know. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just gotta scooch that up there. Wait, what? They all respawned? Oh, shoot! The problem is, Lotro was very inventive and innovative. And if you know anything about history, you know that the innovators are usually not the profitable ones who really make it big because they're innovating. For lack of a simpler way to put that. In other words, what it would require for Lotro to be dominant, in my opinion, is you'd have to have a reality in which Lotro wasn't the first, where they instead iterated and developed other people's ideas. If we get enough, remind me to buy some obsidian shards from this. We might not. I need 50 for a shard. But if we do, I want to at least get a couple of shards, right? Like, literally anything would be worthwhile. Honestly, you know what? I could see that, Mr. Red. Well, it's perfectly possible to be an innovator and then also iterate on it. But the thing is, that's usually segregate. Let me explain what I mean by that. Nintendo, the same team made Legend of Zelda 1 and Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, but only one of those games was wildly successful, right? One of those games invented the genre, the other one capitalized on the concepts. This is also a bad example because Zelda 1 sold bonkers well, but you get my point, right? This is actually exactly WoW's success. WoW does two things very, very right. First of all, WoW bothers to go back to the wheel more or less constantly. And they have been iterating for years. It's worth remembering that WoW actually invented a lot of things when it comes to what a modern MMO is. If you've ever played any of the Bronze or Silver Age MMOs, WoW really was a sea change in what that means and what an MMO was. And by WoW, I of course mean Frozen Throne, because that's actually where it got started. But same concept. I mean, there's Blizzard. I've just mentioned them, Gum Gum. But hang on, I still need to read your other sentence, because I haven't had a chance to yet. Let's see. So last I checked, colors and their relative nobility matter, or relative cultural significance to economic status depends entirely on the time and the location. Everyone knows about the purple. That was a big thing with the Byzantines, for example. And you mentioned white, which is another big one. I mentioned black, which not a lot of people know. That was a big thing around colonial times. Okay, there we go. Be free. Where's the boss? Okay. Read. I'm gonna go with Larian. I think Larian Studios does a pretty good job of going back to the wheel periodically. That's actually a bad analogy, bad phrase. I shouldn't call it going back to the wheel. But you know what I mean. They tend to self-iterate quite often. Also, Nintendo. Nintendo's developers have never been afraid to push things forward. It's their corporate team I have issues with. CD Projekt Red is a trickier one for me. Because, ironically, I know less about their developers than I do about their managers. And let me tell you, their managers are terrible. Yeah, I remember when Witcher 3 came out, and it wasn't actually a particularly good game. It took several patches for Witcher 3 to get up to acceptability. But again, it's not the management team, isn't it? I love how I'm getting homestead progress on something with all this. Aw, more refugee drawings. Also, I'm up to 39 found belongings. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, absolutely. CD Projekt Red is quite recent, relatively speaking. I don't remember how to capture a sector. What? God damn it, stunned the moment I frickin' do anything. Of course. Yeah, I'd like to say Larian is a new studio, but I'd be a liar. Larian's actually been around for a while. That's another thing I like to point out. While Larian's... how do I phrase this? Larian's strategy is a proven one and does absolutely work. The problem with that is the fact that a lot of people think that Divinity Original Sin 2 or Divinity Original Sin 1 is one of their first games. No. They've been around and in the game for a bit, and it took a long time for them to finally land on an actual honest-to-God hit, which was DOS 1. Even with DOS 1, they were having issues getting DOS 2 greenlit. And funded, for that matter. Are we killing in here? I honestly don't remember. It's been a while since I've done this, and I've only done it the one time. I suppose that's fair, Eitri. That's a valid point. Do we care about any of this stuff? Alright. Back to the boss spawn. I mean, the first and most obvious thing that Larian did to maintain integrity is they didn't go public. Now, hang on. I've noticed I have to get more clear with what I mean by that lately, because there's actually two categories of a privately owned company. One is all of the problems with publicly traded companies, but worse. But the other is, you know, actually owned by, you know, the devs or the workers or someone who actually gives a crap. A lot of companies are privately owned. You've heard of them. They're called private equity. Private equity is bad. I'm just going to super duper summarize that. Private equity can go straight to hell. Private equity is a holding company who owns you and says, here, do this. So public trading is bad. Private equity is bad. But what Larian does is neither of those. Larian is just owned by a few people who are in there and they do their thing, and that's pretty much the way that they've been able to not be terrible. They have no assholes telling them to be a worse company in order to try and generate more money right now. That's it. That's the big secret. Did you not? Yeah, same thing with Valve. Oh no, we gotta kill Pax! How could they sustain that, though? Being completely honest with you, Linearth? Luck. I actually just referenced this. I don't blame you for not listening to me. But one of the things that a lot of people don't remember is that Larian really was running by the skin of their teeth until DOS 2 came out. The dude who owns the company literally had to take out an extra mortgage on his house in order to help fund the company to get DOS 2 out the door. And that's only one of the shenanigans that was being pulled to get the game made. It was not the only shenanigan. So, we got a sector. Woo! So in other words, if they hadn't been making games for a while and gotten the experience necessary to make DOS 1, which was then financially successful enough to get DOS 2 made, and they hadn't been willing to go all in and dumping a lot of money into DOS 2's development to the point where they would have probably been on the hook and bankrupt if DOS 2 hadn't sold, then DOS 2 would have never gotten made, at which point DOS 2 would never been the big success story and given them finally some financial stability. Look up when Larian came out as a company, look up when DOS 2 came out, and look at the gap in between those two. That is how long they were holding on by the skin of their teeth. Now, DOS 2 was their big success story, and they used that to leverage into making Baldur's Gate 3. Not because they needed the money, but because they freaking wanted to. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3 gave them an absolute crap ton of a war chest, so they're good. They can do whatever the hell they want to now. I talked about this during my Baldur's Gate 3 run. Larian had actually approached them about doing Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, it was like 15 years ago, I want to say. 15 years before they actually finally said yes. And Wizards said, no, you're a tiny company that sucks and we don't want anything to do with you. DOS 2's success is what made Wizards change their mind on that. It's amazing how much money a company makes when they don't have to constantly shell it out for stupid bullcrap, Lunairith. Really sit down and think for a second how much money companies waste on parasites. Think about executive compensation packages. Think about shareholder buybacks. Think about having to put out dividends, having to pay out dividends. Companies, this is something that's irritated me for decades at this point. Companies make plenty of money. That's not the problem. Like, people like to be like, oh man, they need to be super terribly evil so they can make enough money to exist. No, they don't. They need to be super terribly evil to make enough money in order to be able to pay off all the extra bullcrap overhead that they have to pay off. A buyback involves when a company uses its profits in order to buy back portions of its stock. The reason for doing that is to raise the overall value of said stock. However, for a lot of reasons that I really don't want to go into, if that's okay with you, because it actually gets complicated, as everything with the stock market does, that's horrible. It's the simplest way to summarize that. It's essentially throwing money into a pit, like real, actual, tangible money into a pit in order to try and generate, what's that called? There's actually an official term for that. Invented. It's invented wealth. Wow, that just took that place. No, not at all, Bingo. Most people who know how money works don't actually make that much money. Not really. The people who have money make money. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The most fundamental principle of economics is that the easiest way to get rich is to already be rich. Anyways, thank you for coming to a TED Talk. Luck can and does push around the thing, but, like, there's no gambling on luck. I realize what that sentence sounds like, but it's true. You don't gamble on luck. If you're lucky, congrats. Try to be responsible about it. If you're not lucky, congrats. You're like all the rest of us. I need more dashes. I'm used to the mobility of World of Warcraft. Listen, no congressman would ever do inside trading while the president is making tariff announcements that is wildly bouncing around stock prices so that certain people can make tons of money off of it. That would never happen. I would never insinuate such a thing. I don't know what you're talking about, Blade. I would never think such a thing out loud. I will admit. So, everyone in the world, and I mean everyone, said that the tariff thing was stupid. And it was, because it was, right? Like that's just life, right? Of course it doesn't work that way. And there were whole things, like professional things, personal things, private things, all dedicated to trying to explain how tariffs worked so people could understand how stupid of an idea it was, right? So if there's one good thing that came out of that, it's that everyone understands better how tariffs work. Moving on. Thing is, most people were doing something interesting there. I was too, by the way. I will go ahead and admit my own culpability in this. You see, let me explain to you the concept of the shell game. And I know that sounds like a strange place to start, but I swear it's directly relevant. I can't hit any of these things. So here's the concept of the shell game. For those of you not aware, the shell game is when you put an object underneath like 3 cups or whatever, and then you scooch them around a whole bunch, and then you say, okay, pick one. Okay, pick one. Which one's it in? Okay, it's this one. That's not actually the shell game. I know that sounds strange. The shell game is a step past that. Or I guess before that. The whole point of the shell game is to try and get the person playing it to believe in the concept that the ball is anywhere in any of those cups. It is not. The ball is in the guy's hand, and always has been. It's a scam. It is, in fact, a con. That's the shell game. The shell game's whole purpose is to get you to think that the rules of the game are being played when they're not. So, tariffs, right? I've seen plenty of people, including actual political advisors, who kept trying to explain to certain members of the current administration, whose overall goal and point was to try and explain to them exactly how tariffs worked and why this would never work. All of those people had failed the shell game. All of those people didn't realize, myself included, again, I'll put myself in this bundle, didn't realize that they were never playing legit to begin with. Of course tariffs don't work. A 5-year-old could tell you that. You get it? Remember, the current standing president's one and only skill is and always has been being a con artist. If you don't believe me, believe the courts. He's been found guilty of being a con artist and a scammer at least 13 times, I want to say. I forget. I did a bunch of research for it back in November. Yeah. Am I an idiot, or did I remember there being... I mean, I am an idiot. But I remembered there being a miasma timer on this version, too. I believe that from what I've heard of your brother, Bragan. No offense to you. All the offense to your brother. Screw him. I am sorry your mother had to find out the hard way. We all have someone like that in the family, right? Well, maybe not all of us. Most people I know have someone like that in the family, including me. Gotcha. I knew there was a timer. Yay! Memory! I have a lot of people in my family like that. I guess all of them? Yeah, we'll go with all of them.
You'll regret that!
Oh wow, I actually took damage. Holy crap. I'm getting so many magic trophies in here. Where are they? I'm up to 18 bags of magic trophies for my frickin' bot. That is like the best investment I ever made. Thanks to Pax for that, by the way. He pointed me towards that. I suppose I should explain what that means. So when you get to End of Dragons, you get the ability to have... I don't know, Evan. You get... Whoa. You get the option to get something called a Jade Bot. You don't need to know the specifics of that, just it's an extra little thing you have equipped, right? One of the things you can buy for your Jade Bot... Ugh. No! Damn asshole. Stop stunning me. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. Die. Die in a fire. One of the things you can equip for it, under the Jade Bot here, is... that right there. You see that Scavenger Protocol Magic Trophies. There's also a Physical Trophies, or Might Trophies, or something like that. Equip one of those on your Jade Bot. It's going to be a little pricey to do it, but it is going to pay for itself if you are ever going to do any kind of, you know, Legendary or Ascended crafting. Blue. I mean, there's a reason I don't have a whole lot of interaction with my biological family. That's all I'm going to say on that. My real family is much cooler. Except for Pax. He keeps asking me for Tree Fitty. I don't know what he's talking about. It's funny. Double kill. Was Season 1 the only time they did this, like, PvP sort of thing where you had to do the finish them on some mobs, but only some? I don't remember this being a thing later, but I might just be misremembering. I mean, I guess this was Season 1. They were still experimenting. Throwing stuff at the wall. Hey, Ryman. I hope you're doing as well as you can be. Jesus, 180 bags. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some inventory sorting after this. Seriously, Pax? Wow. That's a good question. So we have one support, right? So our support would go with our weakest, which honestly might actually be me, if I'm just being totally honest. So... hang on. So we've got... what do we got? We've got... Giga... Pax, Blade Traval, and me. So that's 4 decent heavies. Then we have Brigwin as a swinger. Or roamer. Just die! Die. Brigwin is the swinger. She's the roamer. And Holgrim is support. So why don't we send Bragwin, Colgrim, and Blade Torval after one. And then me and Pax will go after another. And then Giga and Eben will go after the third. What do you guys think? So hang on. Just think this out. So it'll be... okay, so where's Bragwin? There's Bragwin. There's Colgrim. And then... Yeah, you already get where I'm going with this. I think that's it. Me and Pax, Eben and Giga, and then those are... Yep, nope, that looks good. So, do me a favor, if you haven't noticed we're rejiggering the groups, look in the upper left. It doesn't matter now, but when we switch to the big bosses at the end of this, we're going to have to switch into 3 groups. So, just stick with your group. It's really what that boils down to. All 3 groups have at least one person who knows what they're doing. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it's not the end of the world. We did our best. Your mother calls. I just want you to know that I thought you did your best. God, it takes so long to finish someone. I guess that's the point. Oh, where's the queen? There she is. I mean, Bragwin's right there, but I meant the other queen. I'm only at 80 bags of supplies. Jeez Louise, you guys. Way ahead of me here. Let's do this. There we go. Oh yeah, here. Have a birthday cake when you're done killing this thing. I meant to drop it earlier. And you go. Where are we going?
Worthless vermin!
Ah, there it is. Why that didn't pop up? I was just looking for a person. I didn't see any people down here. I guess they were under the icon. Because what they did was very successful for a long period of time, Gum Gum. Also, Western German. I love just sitting here doing my damage on a newly spawned mob, and I just see invulnerable, invulnerable, invulnerable. Because, you know, they just spawned and they're invincible for several seconds. Damn it. That was already... Whatever. Whatever. So anyways, I'm thinking a negative or 2 for this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, it's group Wally, first of all. And second of all, even if you have a group, and we have a kill squad going, this takes forever. We've been in here, I think, about an hour at this point. Oh, we're getting plenty of stuff out of it. I don't consider it a waste, but like, as part of the MSQ, which as a reminder, this is part of the MSQ. Has it not been an hour? I believe you. I believe you. Feels like it's been 2 hours. Like, I've been zoning out so hard. Oh my gosh. There's a reason I stopped to just chat about economics in the middle of all that nonsense. Let's talk about Star Trek instead. So Star Trek exists, right? Nobody likes Star Trek. People say they like Star Trek, but really what they like is complaining about things. I'm kidding. Yep, Scumlord is right. It has been 38 minutes. Look, if you need me to shut up, you can just say so. Be like, alright, Laura, listen. I hate you and I hate your face. Just quit it. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you face hatings, Giga. Hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Haven't we killed this guy like 3 times? Napoleon. No good. Oh yeah, let me get that 500 Ectos to you. Guys, I need you to execute Giga immediately before she makes me give her Ectos I don't even have. Your Agonizer, please. Alright. We're only missing a couple, really. Open up some bags. Alright, here's some more birthday cake in case anyone didn't get any. I think I didn't, actually. Let's see. Is that it? Pop these one at it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. I was freely inspired by Star Trek when it came to the development of the Empire. 100%. I've never been quiet about that. Uh-oh. Oh god! Oh god! Help! 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 Oh, Jesus. How do I leave costume? There we go. So I got a bunch of stuff on my desk to keep the cat from jumping up here. You apparently went up there. Well, whatever. It's time to meet you halfway. Listen, if there's one thing I know, it's that Star Trek is secretly super evil, and everyone in it is actually... I think it's fascism, is what they always say. It's one of those dumb things. Bringing friends. Yeah, we haven't reached Deep Space Nine in the lore run yet. I look forward to seeing the lore runny's opinion of DS9. Because is it a good show? Yeah, of course it frickin' is. But it is really funny how often the show just pauses to be like, you know, the Federation totally sucks. It's really weird because it's always just every now and again, right? Like, imagine we were just sitting here playing Guild Wars 2, and I was like, you know, the Federation sucks. And then we just go back to playing Guild Wars 2. I know that's a hard thing to imagine, but that's pretty much... Like, I'm not really being facetious. That is exactly how it would come across. And the best part is, because there's so many disagreements about the specifics of that, there would often be pushback from actors or directors or whomever. Who'd be like, no. And the best part is, there's really only one of two reasons. Damn it, it's Section 31, I knew it. There's really only one of two possible explanations for why ISB had such a bug up his ass about proving the Federation was secretly evil. Because let's call it what it is. That's what he meant. All the labels don't matter. He thought the Federation was evil, and he was very much trying to prove that. So, why? Well, there are two possible reasons. Number one, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can, he was one of those... I have no nice way to say this. Excessively right-leaning people who likes to pretend that he's not right-leaning. And so his politics creeped into his fiction, right? That's actually pretty normal, by the way. I will not go into a full dissertation on that, but let's just say that it's really, really normal to see that kind of a thing. Second possibility. I actually think this one is a little bit more likely. So... the overwhelming majority of writers, when they're allowed to or brought into write for a new setting, something they haven't written for before, one of the first things they do is they try to break the rules. This is really common, to the point where it's actually one of the... I would go so far as to say the most common things that happen when you bring in guest writers to any setting. You know, you bring in someone to write for Star Wars, and they immediately try to paint the Alliance as evil, the Empire's good, or the Force is non-existent or bad or whatever. You bring someone in to write for MLP, and they immediately try to portray cutie marks as like mind-controlling devices, like stuff like that. There's a lot of examples of this, and for some reason I'm just having trouble coming up with a specific one, but please trust me when I say this is normal. This is also normal on an individual level. One of the most common types of fanfics you'll see for any setting is, hey, you know this thing that's a basic precept of the setting? Yeah, it's actually a total lie. One of the basic tenets of Star Trek is and always has been that the Federation are the good guys. Yeah, exactly. I'm going. Comics have this all over the place. Yeah, deconstruction. Now, deconstruction can be a good thing. We can have good deconstruction. But sometimes, like with ISB, they just get a bug up their ass about it, right? And he just really, and he said this in interviews, this isn't even me putting words into his mouth. He said how much he hates the fact that the Federation were the good guys. And he's just like, no, listen. And so he threw his weight into constantly trying to prove that as wrong as possible. The "it's easy to be a saint in paradise" speech is actually him speaking directly through Sisko's mouth. No hyperbole. Now, was he right? Was he wrong? Who knows? I personally think he was full of crap. I am also a Quaggan. With a bow. Hey. Yeah, I mean, the positivity of Star Trek, if I might be so bold, is one of the things that really made it stick. You know? Ow! Oh, right, I need to stop being... Oh, there we go. But that's possible in Earth. Actually, yeah, Sean. I would tend to agree with that. Even one of my favorite personal deconstructions, KOTOR 2, is very Star Wars, right? And it reaffirms a lot of the core tenets of what Star Wars is. Deconstruct, reconstruct. It's almost like, oh god, what's his name? The guy who wrote that game is actually a really good writer. That's gonna irritate me. What's his name? KOTOR 2 writer. Chris Avellone. There we go. ISB, like most Hollywood execs, is almost assuredly more leaning towards the right than Aerith. I cannot prove that with absolute certainty, but he is. Are we fighting these? Is this up? Where are we going? Yeah, you know what? Magica Magica, which is an interesting example, is a good example of deconstruction and reconstruction. Could you imagine if I had to actually manually loot all this stuff? I will once again give PAX credit on that. For insisting that I push through on the vanilla masteries in order to get advanced logistics there. Nice. 250. I'm still only at 118. My goodness. I'm falling behind. Well, you notice ISB really likes to portray himself as very left-leaning. I'm sure you've seen that in interviews of him. It's actually pretty obvious that he isn't, frankly, if you've seen said interviews. But one of the big things he likes to do most often is he likes to take credit for things. A very Roddenberry thing to do. And that's all I'll say about that right now. Because he does. He loves to put himself out there like, oh man, we were totally pushing society forward with Deep Space Nine, and we were responsible for all these things and totally examining these parts of history that were totally untouched by other fiction. It's just like, sure. Yeah. Oh my god, Giga! I'll break you out! Literally, I suppose. Okay. Everything except for up there, the Eastern Ward. Oh shoot! There's a thing! There's a thing! Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay. Yes, nicely. So Steve Rogers. Honestly, I'm not sure they've ever deconstructed Steve Rogers in the MCU. The closest they ever probably came was in Infinity War, specifically. And if you're going to make that debate, then I'll give you that. I won't even argue against it. But that would then follow the pattern, because Endgame pretty solidly, you know, reconstructed that. I mean, hell, even in, what was it? Winter Soldier. It was pretty clear that the main point there was that Rogers was, you know, not... He was trying to do the right thing. He never really drifted from doing the right thing. And if I might be bold, part of the reason he succeeded was because he did the right thing. Like saying hi to Dark Day. That's always the right thing. Hi, Dark Day. Well, in the post-Endgame stuff with, I can't think of his name, Falcon, they tried to reconstruct it. How good of an example of that is, that's debatable. But they were definitely going for that. Yeah, Steve Rogers can be explained by one phrase. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. The humility it takes to say and mean something like that, given all that he has accomplished, and all he's seen and known and learned. That's Rogers right there. Listen, they would never turn Captain America into a secret Hydra agent. That would be silly. Oh, absolutely, Linear. In fact, we probably have had a few, historically speaking. I can see where the complaint's coming from, Sean. But I think part of the problem is that Endgame was already an extremely crammed film. So I think they just kind of fast-forwarded a bit to get on with it. It's worth noting that honestly, I personally think that Tony's character arc really did properly conclude in Endgame. My opinion. Rogers, not as much. Not as on board with that one. I'm not either, Sean. I also think they wrote it badly, regardless of time travel itself being a thing. Like, I can get behind a good time travel story. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, splits times, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, blue, green, red. Top to bottom. Me and Pax, we'll do blue. Colgrim, Bragwin, and Blakeville, you do green. And then Ebon and Giga, you do red. So I'll zip over here. Oh no, we're stuck with Bram. Oh well. Increased damage to distant targets. Good thing we're both melees.
Assault night ahead.
Hmm.
Leave a single one
Oh, absolutely, Dark Day. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, he's got some health. Oh, this is gonna be a thing, isn't it? That's a good scene, Dark Day. I like that scene. Call me one of the weirdos who really likes Spider-Man at the MCU. Although I do think Tom Holland is at least part of that. So yeah, by the way, we have 15 minutes to do this. This is where we might time out. For the record, it's not the end of the world if we do. Don't stress it too much. It'd be nice, though. You know, try. It's not the end of the world if we don't. Like any break, honestly. I mean, I pretty much have what you have. That's the pack, sorry. I do have headbutt. Worst superhero ever? Matter Eater Lad. Sorry, that's the low-hanging fruit. I'm not sure of an actual answer. I have to think about that. Ambush bug. There you go. Oh, here we go, here we go. Damn it, I just popped my thing. There. Jesus. You can Google it, Mr. Red. But no, there's probably worse than Matter Eater Lad. I mean, there's Dr. Light. We don't talk about him. Did he really try to? That's funny. No, I was thinking like actual superheroes. Spoofs are spoofs. That's what they're there for. What we could do is we could bounce around Colgrim, who I believe is support right now. Have Colgrim push one down and then move once it's getting pretty low, and then switch to another one. Then again, we do have the multiplicative thing. Oh no, listen, Batman is totally a fascist. Wink. Bram! Really? Further proof that Bram is just the worst. Oh, sorry, Giga. I didn't realize you were asking a question. I thought you were saying you were going to do that. By all means, go for it. Or if you really want to zerg something down, and I don't want to brag, but Pax and I are doing the best so far. So come to us, see if you can improve this speed here. I think it should have been Season 5 instead of Season 4, Trixia. And I thought it was a great Eldritch villain. It's the worst kind of villain. It's a villainy that benefits nobody. It's great, I love it. I love how I've been able to maintain Berserker almost 100% of the time. Like, I've got to have 95% uptime on Berserk. This is silly. Don't swap back. There we go. Warren Buffett is an interesting character to talk about. Sorry, character. Listen to me. So let me start by saying I've never done a deep dive on his career, and I don't like talking at length about people I haven't done a deep dive on, for obvious reasons. Having said that, Buffett's most interesting facet is that while he is a rich dick, he tends to have a brain, and that's pretty rare. He's like, oh, what's his name? The mayor of, Illinois, right? Like, he knows his money stuff, but he's also got a brain. That's a weirdly rare combo. Well, it is speeding up a bit. A little. I don't think we're going to get this. We're already halfway through the timer. And we don't have anybody at half health. Actually, yeah. Scrooge is a good comparison for what I'm talking about. You just don't see Scrooges in real life, generally speaking. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I got you. I got you. I got you. There's a rich person over in Star Trek who actually fulfills the same overall mandate. I can't even think of his freaking name. Unfortunately, yes, Gungun. And I never will again. But it's a philanthropist who just runs around making tons of money and then spending on it, helping people. And, yeah. No, it's a human. It's in TOS, actually. Because remember, money doesn't exist in TNG. Yeah, I think, why don't we all give our fingers a rest? This isn't happening. Mathematically, this isn't happening. Let's all just back off. Just kind of chill. Oh, no, Giga! I'll save you! No, I won't save you, Giga! Of course, Mr. Ed. You know, I was actually telling my stepped-up father... fine, I'll get up. About the Roddenberry thing, because he'd never heard about that either. And it's basically just become my life's mission to inform as many people as possible about the Roddenberry thing. Oh no! I lost Giga! No, no! I lost me! Oop. There we go. Hey, Pax, what's up? So anyways, so since this is part of MSQ, and we are counting this as part of the review, Giga votes 2 negatives. Oh my god, we're in range over here? That is hysterical. Oh, wow. What's really stupid is, we stopped trying Blades of All. At least I would assume. What's really stupid is this wasn't bad. I mean, it was padded. But it wasn't bad until we got to the bosses. And just, oh my god, those things have so much health. That is stupid. You were right, Pax. We're timing it out. 3.5 minutes, by the way. Where is everybody? There's Cherryberry. Where's Blade? Oh, I've lost people. There's Keen Geek. Let's see, where is everybody? I'm all alone! No! Oh, they're there. They're all just dead over there. Yeah, exactly, Blade Travol. It's like, really? This is where you're going with this? Yeah, we're gonna miss the ending, which is... It's okay. I actually know what it is, so I can tell it to you. We're gonna miss the ending. And this is the end of Season 1, by the way. So a nice big, wet... Just wet blanket, nothing here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I think I agree with 3. Air Force, I think. Gum Gum, something like that. Yes, Linnea. It's okay. I honestly knew this was coming. I'm not ignoring your question, by the way. I just want to jot down some thoughts before I forget them. Oh yeah, this is also the last content you can access for free right here. Like, this is it. So, imagine for a moment you're doing your free trial. You're trying to decide if you like Guild Wars 2. You slog through vanilla. You get through Season 1, which is a definite improvement, and then you get here. Because this is the finale, right before we hit Season 2. There, I think we'll do it that way. Yeah, let's sort our inventory. What do we got? What do we got? I have unlocked Crate Antiquarianism. What the heck is that? Ooh, there's an orange I can
Now I shall break you.
pull 2 Ectos out of. Nice. Go ahead and sell that. Scarlet is a legitimately interesting character, I think, and I do think they do some interesting stuff with her. She's a good foreshadowing for Heart of Thorns. Oh, I got 50 found belongings. Where's that vendor? There he is. I've only got 3 seconds. No! Ugh. Obsidian shard. I got 1 obsidian shard out of this. And you know what? I'll take it. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we failed. Yeah, that's it. We failed. The end. We are geared and we are vets. Well, you get bags of supplies, of course. And gift of blades, I guess. You can buy a tome of knowledge for 100. Why would you? Okay, whatever. The obsidian shard, which I just grabbed. By the way, if anybody wants to know what to spend their found belongings on, get an obsidian shard or 2. These are useful for legendary crafting. And if you don't want a legendary craft, you can sell them. Oh yeah, Scumlord is correct. I actually forgot about that.
How can I help you?
Let's get rid of some of this crap. Just do all of that. There we go. There we go. What? So, to answer Luna's question, do I like what they do with the romantic relationships in She-Ra? I liked what they did with Hordak and Entrapta, unironically. I liked what they did with Catra in the final season only, and just that season. I actually really disliked Catra in pretty much the entire show until season 5. So, ignoring my own distaste, I didn't buy for a second that she actually had any romantic feelings there. It was honestly a pretty badly done character arc. My opinion. I know I'm in the minority. I kind of don't care. If you want someone to tell you, to agree with you on everything you say, hire a politician. God, that is a lot of boxes to open. Okay, what do we get? Oof, I got a lot of blade shards. Jeez Louise, can I use that on anything? Oh, more found belongings. I could get more obsidian shards. Let's see, some scraps for something. Put those over there. Quaggins! Quaggins. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. I should save these. I'm gonna save these. Alright, get rid of all that crap. What's that? Double click to increase your currently represented guild's influence by 50 points. Sure! We totally need that, right? Aw. Oh, no, that's all of them. Hang on. The Quaggins are great. I love the Quaggins. Ahem. I think I got all 4 pieces of this. But yeah, exactly, Mr. Red. Like, I agree, Lunarith, completely. But, well, see, it's funny you say that, Mr. Red. Yeah, of course we didn't get the next story steps, Scumlord. That's sort of where those negatives come from. Head to the gates of Lion's Arch and join the battle, retake the city. We're done. We have just finished Season 1. By not finishing it. Honestly, I was expecting this. This was what I predicted would happen. So what do I get out of that? Spinal Blade Pack Blueprint. So Kaith, someday you'll see Tyria needs me. Signed, Scarlet. What's a Spinal Blade Pack in general? We were doing great until we get to the boss phase. Then there was the boss phase. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous man. Oh yeah, there it is. Yes. Yes, this is the true heart of the Char right here. Mystic Forge is right up at me. Where's Blade Fall? Oh, there you are. Yes, that is basically the black and white setup I would do. God, I can't believe you got permafrost. That is solid, though. I have tar, so I could do tar and permafrost if I wanted to. Did I ever entertain reading them? So, let me answer that in 2 questions. Did I ever derive entertainment from reading them? No. Have I ever read them? Yes.
We must all fight.
So what is the spinal... Let me just do this. Wiki. This thing. I love that feature. Okay, Spinal Blade Pack. What is this? Oh, wow, that's interesting. Looks like I can improve it over time, too. Not sure how that works. It looks like this, if anybody cares. I don't think I do. Yeah, all I can do is destroy it. Oh, I can sell these. I'll do that. If anybody wants it, here you go. I have some pieces for cheap. Oh, absolutely, Lunar Earth. 100%. Personal ships in MLP? Yes. And that is how I'm going to answer that question. I have 1. Ah, thank you. That's what I was looking for, Giga.
Excelsior.
That does look kind of... Oh, I've seen that, actually. That's the Doc Ock thing. 9 gold. Jesus, Colgrim. I didn't check how much gold I made. Well, that's a cool wing. Oh, I was going to show it off. Ah, whatever. Found heirlooms? So heirlooms, I don't know what they're for. Found belongings, you go and you oh god, I can't mount. You go and you spend those on the currency inside the instance. I don't know if there's a vendor outside. Okay, so Bregman, the reason it says 4 of 4 is because it's kind of misleading. That is the 4th of 4. If you have that one that says 1 of 4, that one is the 1st of 4. Make sense? I'm gonna poke my head in here really quick. Just to buy some stuff. So, from the crowd, what do you think of Season 1? Honest opinions only, please.
All things have a right to grow.
Go ahead and buy another obsidian shard. So I need lots of those. Yeah, don't do it, new players. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is even mathematically a net negative. It is better than launch, 100%. Wow, there's a couple people in here doing this. That is hysterical. So, let me tell you what you missed out on, okay? So what happens... Wait, what's this? Oh my god, no! I'm going to take that. And then add to the wardrobe. But I already did this. Like, we literally already did this. Is that down here? No, it's in a weird place. Aha! Here we go. Endless tonic. There it is. There it is. Okay, anyways. So what ends up happening... I'm not doing this again. What ends up happening is you end up going into that giant tunnel borer thing. Hang on. You end up going into that giant tunnel borer thing. And that's where you go through a few last-minute fights. Why are we still fighting stuff? Oh my god. Go away. Go away. And once you get in there, you end up fighting Scarlet. And it turns out, try to be shocked. Well, of course, Disco. Try to be shocked. It turns out that all her work with ley lines and whatnot has been trying to build this device and funnel all of the ley lines into one spot so that she could activate that device, which is, it actually has a name. The Breachmaker. That's what it's called. It's that thing right there. Activate the Breachmaker, which then taps into that ley line and then funnels it all into one location. That was it. That was her big plan this entire time. Dump all of the ley line energy of the nearby region into one spot. Which we find out about pretty much right as we kill her. And then Scarlet is dead. And for the record, she stays dead. Most characters who die stay dead in this setting. But I just point that out because you know how it goes with fiction, right? They're dead, but they'll be back. No, she's dead. She's gone. Scarlet be dead, yo. Why do I not have this explored? Oh, whatever. Can I? Hang on. Let's see if Pax is lying to me, as is so often his wont. Don't worry, I'll feed you wet food in a second, Cat. I always do. I know you act like I've never fed you before. Apparently every cat does that. I've never eaten before in my entire life. Very off topic. How many of you have seen the latest Naked Gun trailer? Pax pointed me to it recently. It looks pretty funny. Okay, story. Season 1. Oh my gosh. What am I missing? I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Look at all that. Do a strike mission. Urgh. We got 3 of the 6 hidden evacuees. 3 of 20 champions enemies. Retrieve golem parts. Didn't do that. Oh, that was the PvP thing. No, this is it. This is the character I did it with. You're right. See? Oh, wait, no. I'm wrong. Never mind. That says play, not replay. Who the hell did we do that on? Hang on. We get to a place that's not going to take a million years to log out of and into. The only humor I saw that really caught my attention... I mean, there's plenty of humor that caught my attention. But the big one that caught my attention was the O.J. Simpson joke. That one got a laugh out of me, not gonna lie. Who would I have done that on? The Necro, maybe? Because this was about End of Dragons, right? Nope. We're stuck on Clockwork Chaos on my Necro. The world. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know I have done the Battle for Lion's Arch. Yeah, I'll check the Rogue next, because that was my main for the longest time. Never again. Never again. Listen, I'm just glad that he's horrifically dead, Disco. I mean, sorry, what? Okay, here we go. It was my rogue. It looks like I swapped. Look, I didn't do the first two, but I did the last three. Whatever. This was it, the final push. Bram would claim glory for his legend, Rox would earn a place in the Stone Warband, Marjorie and Casimir would enact justice for the whole of Kryta. We found Scarlet Briar wounded in front of a central control console for the entire operation. She ranted and raved at us, mocking our heroics and gloating about what was to come. The Tyria would soon serve a new master. Marjorie and Bram moved in to apprehend her, but the crafty engineer still had one last trick up her sleeve. Marjorie and Bram took the brunt of Scarlet's trap, getting thrown back by concussive force and lightning. Rox ordered Bram to stay put while she treated his broken leg, refusing to leave his side because his dick, you have no idea. Marjorie appeared far worse. She was lying on the floor, motionless, bruised, and burned. Casimir tried to wake her, but there was no response. The Mesmer's expression darkened, and she rose to her feet, staff trembling in hand. Enraged, she cried out and sprinted back towards the fight. Scarlet was ready with a stockpile of grenades, but it couldn't hold the two of us at bay for long. She became distracted by Casimir's illusions, just long enough for the opening I needed to deal a fatal blow. With her last words, Scarlet said her death wouldn't save us. I glanced at the main screen. We were too late. The drill was about to breach its intended target, the ley line hub beneath Lion's Arch. Casimir had returned to Marjorie, who, despite Rox's efforts, was still unresponsive. Cradled in Casimir's arms, the detective slowly stirred awake. The two embraced and shared a touching moment. Moments later, the breachmaker shook as a blinding column of light shot up into the center of the fortress. As the shaking grew in intensity, we hurried our injured friends back through the portal and down to the city. The breachmaker collapsed shortly thereafter, debris raining down and littering the whole of Lion's Arch. Several days had passed since Scarlet's demise. And while the battle was won, we all heard the echoing roar that shook the foundations of Tyria. Ominous signs aside, Casimir invited me to a little gathering at the dead-end bar. The whole gang was there, even Taimi. She was up in arms about Scarlet, the drill, the ley lines, all of it. When I finally spoke with Casimir, she touched on the topic on all of our minds. We were dealing with a new Elder Dragon. The sobering moment was interrupted by the arrival of a Seraph soldier, Belinda Delacroix, Marjorie's sister. The two of them caught up a little after introductions, but Belinda didn't stay long. She was heading west to a new assignment near the Maguma Wastes. I received a letter from Captain Keel. The reconstruction of Lion's Arch was already underway, thanks to the support of Queen Jenna and the charity of the Zephyrites. The captain hoped that our little group of heroes would be available to receive the nomadic group's leader, the Master of Peace. After some formalities, we were finally introduced and received compliments from both the captain and the Zephyrite Master. They suggested we make ourselves seen at various events being held to support Lion's Arch relief effort, if only to drum up donations. Bram and Rox were quick to depart to the Crown Pavilion, while Taimi stuck with Marjorie and Casimir, opting to visit the labyrinthine cliffs and the festivities there. As my new comrades went their separate ways, I felt we'd finally turned the page on a new chapter. Living World, Season 2. Dun, 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 wah, 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 wah.